Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. What a nasty red candle. That kind of paused me. I was about to start the live stream, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. In half a second, they took all the gains they just gave us right back. But you know what they did do is they retested the top of the trend line. We'll talk about that in a second. Right now, it's not about the charts. It's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about my crypto life. It's about each and every one of you being here, showing up every single day, being a part of the live stream, kicking it with me, and learning the ropes of the ways, the ways of the world with trading. Trading is not easy. Trading is going to be up and down. Trading is going to mess with your emotions. Trading is going to mess with how you feel about yourself. People lose trades. They start beating themselves up. They start being like, I'm a loser. I should have done this. Trading can get in your head to the point of no return. The market makers know this. This is your life that they're playing with. Your life is money, and money is your life, and they know that. So, I'm going to teach everyone here how to get away from the emotional pain of the market maker, how to stay mentally tough no matter what, and how to push forward every single day. I love you all. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We're going to start the morning like we do every morning. As I drink my honey, I take my vitamin D. I get my vitamin D going. If you've been watching this live stream, I started this channel on September 19th of 2019. It's been going on for 2 years. September, October, November, December, January, February. 2.5 years I've been doing this channel. I have not been sick, not once. Like slight sinus a couple times here and there. But, you know, I have not been more than like a little bit of need to sleep. Like I haven't been sick not once in 2.5 years. When the country was the sickest. But I hadn't been getting sick before that anyway. So, you know, let's break it down. Let's look at the screen. Let's break it down. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. All right, so that was kind of sad. Literally, we pumped, and in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 minutes, they gave it all back. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, breaking 44 and going to 49. I saw us at 43 all morning. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm working out, I'm doing my thing, and then next thing you know, I go to start the channel, and last time I saw it was 43.6. So I see 44.6, and I'm thinking, oh, that's just me. I'm a little off. And then I look close, and I'm like, no. That was definitely a $1,000 move in like a couple minutes. And, you know, you could have played this flag here on the 1 minute. Look, it flagged out on the 1 minute, and boom. You know, just something to think about. We're going to break down the TA. We're going to talk about where I see the market going from here and what occurred. Also, we got BOOKMAP coming. BOOKMAP kind of predicted this. Shout out to the people at BOOKMAP. Beautiful people over at BOOKMAP. Love them. Very nice people, very beautiful people. No, they really are. Like the guy Josh who sat me down, like what a nice group of people over at BOOKMAP. I have just such kind words to say. What a good company. Felt a really good vibe from them, really good energy. I don't like to affiliate with anyone really. I get hit up with affiliations every day, even though my channel's not that big. And I'm like, eh. And BOOKMAP, I mean, they came correct. I have to be honest. They came respectfully. They came correct, and it made sense. I like BOOKMAP. I like what they're doing here. Let me show you how BOOKMAP helped me figure out what was going to go down in the trading situation. A little harder, but last night, let me show you. I think I did post it to the trading group. And if you're in my trading group, again, BOOKMAP costs money. I'm posting BOOKMAP charts. And if you like BOOKMAP to yourself, I have a beautiful referral link in my description below. It gives you deals that you will not get anywhere else if you don't use that link. So use that link. Jump on in. So, look. This guy put 100 Bitcoins in at 44,000. And then I saw huge sells last night at 42, 44, 45, 250, and 45. And they were big sells. And it's funny, this guy's been sitting at 45K for like, I don't know, like 4 weeks now. There's just been this bar of liquidity, and it was heavy. So it would make sense we would dump here because they were going to sell at 45.2 and 45,000. I saw that. And I was like, man, I should clear my trades the second we hit that zone because there's going to be a heavy sell. And so BOOKMAP kind of told me that we were going to get this nasty spill down to the downside. I think it's short-lived. I think we bounce off this really fast. I believe it's just a, look at it on the 1 minute, it's just a retest. That's all it looks like. Just a retest on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 1 hour and see what we're seeing here. 1 hour still has beautiful momentum. Like, beautiful. See this? 1 hour still moving up. That's a place where I've gotten into many a trade when the 1 hour's been pointing up like that, and it has played out beautifully. Take a look at BOOKMAP now. Where have they raised the liquidity? You see, now they're up here at 55. They weren't there before. This same guy has now moved his liquidity all the way up here. He was down here at 45 for a long time. I'm telling you, this is the same dude. Same dude. It's Coinbase Pro. He's sitting up here, 463 Bitcoin. Last time it was about 500 Bitcoins. So he likes to move this chunk of Bitcoin up. And I'm telling you, he's bringing the liquidity to 55K. I'm telling you right now. You know, you have some buy orders down here at 30K. They've been sitting for a while. I think that was someone who Hail Married a long time ago, and they're just hoping they can get 25, 28, and 30K. But you can see there's not much liquidity right now on the big side of things. A lot of people trying to buy down here at 32,030K, thinking we're going to drop. And so what is the idea? Do we come all the way up, hit 55K, and do we drop all the way back down to 30K? You know? But again, BOOKMAP is interesting. It's interesting, and watching how the liquidity flows and watching how the movement of the chart interacts with the price action is quite amazing. So shout out to the beautiful people at BOOKMAP. Love them very much. And you can get, there's a link in the description below. But I actually like BOOKMAP. I think it's unbelievable. Like, it helped me last night. It basically gave me the indication that we were going to go to 45K, 45,250. And look, we hit that exact liquidity spot. We even went a little higher, 45,360. We usually get a spillover, but there's the spillover. Now you can see they want to, I mean, the last time we were down at 30K, there was just this bar at 45K, just like the bar here is 55K. And yes, it took a while, but we eventually came to that liquidity. All right. So 463 Bitcoin, 19 Bitcoin, 13 Bitcoin, 24, 56 Bitcoins. How many Bitcoin? But again, that is BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP will show you the way. So what is happening right now? Well, we broke out for sure. Clean breakout. It looked beautiful. Things were looking sweetly. And the 15-minute got extended. It hit the dotted line and took a curve to the downside. Boom. Now we're coming down. The 15-minute suggests there's more downside. Sad to say, but it says we kind of go right back to where we started because there's more momentum down here to the downside. Nobody could have predicted that short. Nobody could have predicted that. That was a crazy move. That's why you use stop losses no matter what you're doing, because there's no way of telling what the market maker is going to do. If you were in my trading group, I was stalking this. I was stalking this insanely. First, and this is why being an obsessive compulsive person helps. This is why paying $99, I'm an obsessive compulsive person that runs a trading group. Yeah. Ask my wife. I spend more time in the charts than anything else. I'm in there all the time, daily, hours a day. If something's going to happen, it's highly likely I'm going to catch it or just take a glimpse of it or have an idea of what's happening. That's why people love the Patreon. They pay for just my brain alone. They're like, this guy is just hyperactive. I sleep less and I work hard. So check this out. This pumped out. Then it formed another flag. We formed the next flag, and I just kept drawing these flags. Like, first we drew it here. Then it broke out of that, and then we drew it here. Broke down, I redrew it here. And I just stay versatile, drawing my pennants and my flags. Again, there's no guarantee to the pattern every time. But over time, you'll get to find a conformity of patternship. You'll see a movement, and you'll see it again and again and again. All right? Take a look at the 5-minute, the 7-minute. They're spent for a flip to the upside. And even the 7-minute, it's funny how fast that movement happened. Didn't let the Stokes really fully boom down. I mean, that's crazy. 15-minute is still high, which that upsets me. It would have been nice if we took a dump, right? We are getting a pump, though, off the retest, and we're touching the 21-day moving average. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. I'm going to go to the smallest time frame I can to look for some market structure because it's almost impossible. And the best thing we can go for right now is like this is kind of a falling wedge here. All right. Slight bullish divergence forming on the 1 minute because we're getting a swing up here on the RSI. Okay. Pointing to the upside, oversold as well. We should get the push back to the upside. Bitcoin is the trickiest figure in the world. That's why I have a job, because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin gave me a job. Look what it does. I mean, it did this in 2 minutes, right? It's insane. Only Bitcoin. Only Bitcoin. But yeah, you know, it's kind of scary right now with the liquidity map because normally we're locked in with a bunch more. And we're going to zoom in here to see kind of what we see on the smaller time frame. We're going to have to. So we got a block here at 44,000, a big old buy, right? And then really not much else holding us down. It's kind of telling us that we're going to hang out around the 44,000 area. What it does suggest is that we're going to hold, and look, there's like some more buys at 43.9 just pumping on in there. It's 161 Bitcoin. You know, so what that tells me is there's a good chance, and look, now we got the orders up here at 44.6, 44.650. So now they're playing the game. They're trapping the price. It looks like look, there's the divergence pumping out. Falling wedge pumping to the upside. This has a tiny measured move, not too big. Should pump out a little bit and honestly get back to this resistance point at 44,600. That's exactly where the order book is, right? So you know these guys know their support and resistance. I mean, look, there's my resistance, and look where he's got his order, 44.6. It's uncanny, right? And then look, even if you draw this, it's forming a bit of a pennant that wants to break to the upside, measured move with the length of the pole. This kind of wants to drag up. There's not much liquidity on the book right now. They're kind of cleared. They cleared the zone. They probably, I mean, that was a short squeeze. They must have nailed a bunch of shorters. We'll take a look at WHALEBOT REKT. On Telegram, you can go to WHALEBOT REKT. Really great place to get your information. I love it. I love it. Let's take a look at it. WHALEBOT REKT here. And it's just going to show you who got rocked, right? Liquidated long. So the longs just got rocked real quick. And the shorts definitely just got liquidated. Look at that. Liquidated. You know, 45.7 the futures market went up to. Almost hit $46,000. So amazing moves here. So again, BOOKMAP kind of giving us the idea that we should bounce off the top trend line. Now, if we forget about the stochastics right now and we just go by pure pattern trading, that's a bounce. That would be considered a retest. All right. The 1 hour still in our favor. No reason to really cancel the 1 hour time frame. All right. 4 hours been hovering in the overbought region for such a long time now. It's almost been showing signs of bullishness because it's been hovering. And it has kind of strange market structure as well. Huge wickage. That's a strange 4 hour candle. I'm going to kind of redo my charts for the day. If you don't mind, I do it every day. I redo my chart every single day. It's sad though because I lose my old work and I love it. But I know I'm going to find the support and resistance again. I know it's all going to come into play. Look at this doji right now forming on the 4 hour. Strangest doji of my life. Like really. That is odd. That's a very odd doji candle. I have to be honest with y'all. Yeah. I mean, it just shows so hot. It just shows indecision. A lot of buy and sell pressure coming. We got to see what happens. This candle closes in 35 minutes. That'll be a strange candle. I mean, it is a reversal at the top. When it's at the top, it can be a reversal back to the downside. It's a star doji. We're overbought on this 4 hour. It has had me kind of, But again, what I keep saying is we just got to touch the 21 day. And as the price action keeps going sideways, the 21 keeps pushing up. And we're about to get the golden cross on the 4 hour. With a 50 day, we'll cross the 200. When that happens, baby, it's sayonara. Not every time, but it should be sayonara. We're above the 200 again. The last time we cracked above the 200, I was very, very bullish. I did not believe we would come back down. I got slammed because you know why? I backtested it, and we never did it before. We never broke above it like that. Here we broke below it, hung out down, and then once we broke above it, we were gone. Here we broke below it. Once we broke above it, we were gone. It started the beginning of at least the next leg. Not, it didn't have to be the biggest bull run, but the next leg of a move, for sure, for Bitcoin. So, when I saw, like here, we played with it. But once we got above it, since right here we were below it, once we cracked above the 200-day moving average, we were gone. 1, 2, 3 times in a row. I was convinced. I'll have to be honest, I got very euphoric when we went over it and we stayed above it for a few days. When we started getting closer to it, I was like, all right, we can bounce. When we flushed through it, I was like, woof, no good. 44K holding. Still, remember, we started the night last night at about 43.7, 43.6, and 44K was a battle. We kept going to 43.98, 43.44, 43.98, 48, 43.4. It was insane to watch the charts last night. I was a little stuck to the more than I normally am. I was in a leverage trade, so, you know, just a 3x long on KuCoin, nothing crazy. And I don't use, like, the liquidation leverage area. I just play it, you know, like a coin I would play, you know, just like you trade an actual coin, you know. So to me, they dipped out of the pattern to get the leverage traders and to get all the stops. People were trying to trade this pattern. And they got you to get stopped out. A lot of people would have used this as support right here. And they wicked right to that area. You would have gone to these other wicks to be safe. And to me, that would have been probably big of a risk. Because it's like, they got you, man. That sometimes it's like, man. That, we have to say, is forming a bit of a diamond pattern now. Somewhat of a diamond, I guess we could say. Not perfect, though. Let's see here. If it makes a diamond, it's like the worst diamond in the world. Like, maybe it does something like this. You know, I don't know. No, I feel like it's too misstructured. I can't give it that. You can be creative, but you can't. It can't be like that. You know. Total DeFi taking a hit there. Hold on. Let's get back into Bitcoin. Okay, so 44,000. Damn, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let me kind of break this clean on the 5. This is a clean trend line. And it needed to hold. And we just broke it. So we're back in the pattern now. Clean. Look at that. Oof. Craziness. And the Dow Jones up today, pumping 185. So this is just pure market manipulation. And you know what it is too? If we go back to that order book, remember, didn't it look like they were trying to... Looks like they were trying to fill an order down here at 43.7. Trying to get filled as best they could. And then they want to pump up to 44.2 and then up to 44.5. You see? You can kind of see what they want to do by watching this. All right? Beautiful people at BOOKMAP, if you want access to this, if you like what I'm doing here, aggregated data to show you where the order book and where the orders remain on the order book, to kind of calm your feelings, calm your senses, give you a feeling of what's happening inside of the market. I have a link in the description. It's called BOOKMAP. And I have a, Crypto Lifer exclusive offers that you can only get through that link. Check it out. It'll blow your mind. Thank you to the beautiful people at BOOKMAP. So we now have bounced off the bottom of this trend line. The volatility is absolutely insane. Imagine how many people are getting wrecked and rocked right now if they're trying to trade leverage on a smaller time frame. Watch the smaller time frames. They just got played. So we just fell into the pattern. So this is what they did. I'll tell you what. Exactly what happened. We came down. Everyone longed. Okay? I mean, who wouldn't have longed that? I was already in from last night because I don't jump in on green candles. I teach my lifers not to do that. Look, it just came out and knocked out this liquidity. It was right there. It just hit it. Look, they came down and then just like we said. And now we're at 44,350, like as fast can possible. Like, and you can see, look, now they're coming up to this order. They're going to scoop this order. They're coming up to 44.6. It's insane how you can watch the order book do its thing. Unbelievable. This is worth every single penny, I'm telling you right now. This is worth every single penny. I have it running all day on a screen. They're going to 44.6. I mean, you can see the liquidity. They're going to eat it. Look, now he's stacking 44.9. He's like, oh, why not? I'll get a little more. Ooh, and now look, the bigger order starts coming in. Look, now the 45.5 sell order and the 45.400 order comes back in there. So interesting. This is amazing. And look, they hit it to 44.6. They took it out. Like, it's like freaking, look, that you could just see them taking their orders out. Like, these guys are freaking wailing it out. Like, and you can watch it happen live on the order book. Look, now they're coming for 44.8. They're going to come eat 44.8 up. They're like, I'm going to munch you up. Take you out. So insane, right? This is insane. So but look, the TA still held you straight because we fell out of the clean pattern. Why do I know it's a clean pattern? Because touch, that's such a clean pattern. That's clean as well. We fell out of it. They wanted to grab that liquidity. They did not care. Okay? Now, this almost, to me, the 5 minute, we could now that we've done, let me move this down. And bear with me. We're going through fast market structure here. I'm going to get a feel on what's happening in a second. That could be a diamond. And if it comes in from the bottom, it leaves out the bottom. All right? Just it could be a diamond pattern. We have to, we got to respect the TA. Okay? Look, now they're coming back down for another buy. They want to buy more at 44,100. They want to try to just gobble some up. This guy's loving this right now. He's just ping-ponging the price around. Insanity. So now they got the buys back here down at 44,000, 44,100. So funny. BOOKMAP. I almost want to keep BOOKMAP up at all times. Like a mini BOOKMAP. It's so sick. It's so funny. Look at that. A little bitty BOOKMAP. Maybe I could put it on the upper right, upper left here, and just always do my TA over here. But dang, I mean, that's amazing. That's so hot right now. The BOOKMAP. Loving that. Okay, moving forward. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream, by the way. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious time. Woke up this morning, said, thank you, dear Lord, for my legs, and went to the bathroom. Because some people can't walk to the bathroom. No, I know you think it's big. What do you mean? Wait. Because think about it. You wake up in the morning, first thing most people have to do is go to the bathroom. And so you wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, and you walk to the bathroom. And, someone without legs, think about it. They have to think about how to get out of the bed. Maybe they have a wheelchair to get into. They might have someone they have to call, right? Then they have to shift onto a toilet. Us, we're in and out. So my day begins saying, you know what? Thank you, dear Lord, for my legs, because I just walked to the bathroom. And you start with that gratitude and you realize, wow, life ain't too bad. And then you keep going from there. And so I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for sharing your most precious time with me. I appreciate it all. I haven't looked at the viewers. I haven't looked at the likes. I've been so into the charts. I have no clue what's going on out there in the world. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I know you're out there. Let me find this chat if I can attempt to do so. It's got to be around here somewhere. Do I not have the chat window even open right now? Which is crazy. Absolutely craziness. So now I got to hunt down the chat window. Let's see. 300 people watching. Thank you so much. 146 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate a $100 super chat for the Afghans in need. May y'all bless them. Jordan M, man, thank you so much. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick at the beginning. So my wife's Afghan. Her mother still lives in Afghanistan. We hear stories. And I mean, listen to this. This little girl hesitates as she is led from her home and tries to pull away to stay with her family. The white-bearded man who has just bought her takes her arm and insists she follow him in his waiting car. He has paid poverty-stricken parents $2,200 for their 9-year-old daughter, Parwana, and now she belongs to him. Earlier, her heartbroken father has given his reluctant permission. This is your bride, he told the man. Please take care of her. You are now responsible for her. Please don't beat her. Such harrowing scenes are feared by being played out again and again as destitute families are forced to sell their daughters just so remaining families members can eat. The Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan has deepened an economic collapse. Yeah, they don't want to give any. They had money in the banking system, and the people had money. They were able to do stuff. But the Taliban took over. They took all the money out of the banking system. U.S. just took billions of dollars out, and it left people poor. My wife's mom, she's got nothing. My wife supports her basically in so many ways. Large numbers of Afghan civilians risk dying in the coming months as the country is caught in a standoff between new Taliban rules. So we're in a beautiful country here. I'm wearing a suit with a pocket square. I went out to dinner yesterday for my daughter's birthday. Life is good. People just sent me, $100 super chats coming in. And I just felt horrible. So I said, you know what? I'm going to donate February, the entire month of February super chats to these people because, I just feel really bad for them. And to give your child away is the most horrible thing. But like he says the 9-year-old buyer was a 50-year-old man called Corbin. The sale was agreed for a mixture of sheep, land, and cash. He said Parwana would be looked after by his wife and treated as one of his own children. Parwana was cheap and her father was very poor and he needs money. She will be working in my home and I won't beat her. I will treat her like a family member. I will be kind. I hope so. In the neighboring Providence, a father called Abraham said he was preparing to sell his 10-year-old daughter to a 7-year-old man to settle family debts. The family had borrowed $1,600. Maybe he buys them to be nice, I guess. I don't know, but like this is crazy, you know? And people can't eat and, you know, struggling for food. And, you know, there's so many places you could donate the money to. And just because my wife is Afghan and, you know, Afghan blood runs in both my children, like I owe it to them to help them. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But that's what it is. And sorry to take time away from the charts. I know we're here for the charts, and I apologize for a split second. But I just felt like I had a great year. You know, things are going well. I'm excited for what's happening in 2022. And I just feel really bad for people that have a really tough life. And how do we get to live such a great life here in America? Like, we worry about the price of Bitcoin going up or down in our trades and whether we made money in our trades, you know? And like, I just have to, I gotta stop and think, you know, and take a deep breath, you know, and so check it out. Like, this month alone right here, we made $2,600, right? I make a little bit in ad revenue, I guess, but most of that is in super chats. Most of that comes from you, each and every one of you. You help me run the channel. You help me keep the lights on. You help me keep it moving. I appreciate each and every one of you. So that and whatever get donated today in the live stream, that is going. So we'll round up $3,000 and we'll send $3,000 to these people. And you know, maybe one guy won't have to sell his kid. If one guy doesn't have to sell his kid for at least a year or two, then we did something. Then we did something. You know what I'm saying? Then we did something. So all right, I'm done. I'm moving on. But that's just, you know, I made that decision. And I got to stick to it now. And I got to do what I said I was going to do. You get greedy. You're like, $3,000. Like, I could take my family on a vacation for $3,000. I could go to Florida. Like, I could buy Bitcoin with that and turn that into more money. You know? Like, I kind of want to, you know, and my mind was like, damn, man, I don't want to give $3,000. These are the thoughts that we have. And then my mind said, man, you got to give it away. You got to give it away. You got to do the right thing. More will come if I give it away. More will come, and I'll be able to help more people. I'll become a channel to help others. So let's get back into the charts. Sorry to take you guys away from the charts for a second. I apologize. I'm sure people left the channel because all they wanted was the money. But whoever stayed, if they did stay, let's see the viewership here. And let me bounce into the into the chat here. Sorry, 1 second. Just hit me so hard, man. These people, what they're going through, just hit me hard. It really did. It hit me really hard. And look, today already $191 in super chats. Like, you guys are unbelievable. Like, that's insane. You know, that's insane. Your hearts are huge. Look, $300, 300 people on the live stream. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. 200 likes. Can we get the likes up to get more people here too? For the kids, bub. Thank you for the 99, man. Everyone who donated, much appreciated to each and every one of you. You will be blessed. You're a good man, Sam. Nobody can take that from you. Thanks, Dave. If we don't touch on what goes on in our lives, it'll be hard to focus and trade smart. My $2 are crumbs. No, man. Money is everything, man. I'm telling you, like, let's make it happen, man. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So check it out. And what we'll do is, my wife says we can actually see pictures of the people and they'll wave to us and stuff because she knows the people somehow. So we make sure this money gets to someone that we actually know, or, you know. My prayers to all the suffering around the world. That hits home. I have 3 daughters of my own. Much love to all. Shout out to Danny, man. Appreciate you, Danny. Erica Chong. Sammy Cup and Handy. It's not sad. If people can rant on their YouTube channel about their fancy cars, then you can talk about kids and families in need. I appreciate it. Look at all these super chats, though. $50. Like, this is crazy. $100 from Jordan M for the Afghans in need. May Yahweh bless them, man. You're the man, dude. Jordan M, man. My heart is with the Afghans. 1999. And, like, wow. 20 right on, follow through. Like, you guys are... This is nuts. Nuts. And so all donations, super chats are free. Send in your super chats. We'll just go over as many coins as we can. Today's a fun day. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna make the best of it. Bitcoin. So what we did was we fell through the pattern. It got scary. I thought the pattern was done, but we broke back above trend line, which is insane. Then we came back up again to hit 44.8, only to come back down again and hit trend line, bounce back into the pattern a little bit, but bounce back up again. This is some insane volatility, absolute insanity. But again, this trend line now is saying, hey, I got support here at $44,000, right? So I love you, man. Keep being you. Shout out to Dave Kendall. Shout out to Crypto Jimbo. Shout out to all the awesome people here on the live stream. I love you all. Love you, Dave. Thank you so much for being awesome, man. Frankie G, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Bullish. Lifers are strong. Stack McChange, my man. And I'll be honest, it's not easy to peel away $3,000. I'll be honest with everybody. Like, I have second thoughts, everyone. I'm like, But I just took a deep breath and I'm like, dude, you're gonna give it away this year, this month. Like, you're gonna do it. And now I'm realizing that it's done. Like, that money has to be given away. And that's why I say it on the channel so it's public. You know, and I want receipts too. Like, I'm gonna show I prove all this stuff, you know. Larry Parmley for the people. Shout out to Larry, man. You're the man, dude. Much respect to you and yours. Yeah, possible diamond. It is a possible diamond now. As you can see, it's a horrible diamond though, you know. And what I'll do is YouTube takes 30%, but I'll count these for what I get today and add them all with my money. So, and YouTube does have something where I can do a giveaway. I mean, not a giveaway, but I could do something like this. Probably the right way, but whatever. It's cool. We'll make sure it's done right. So let's look at here. Alt T. I mean, there's a chance. Look at the size of the, like, this is crazy. There's a chance that is a crazy diamond, but it's just so weird. But you could, man, it's just a possibility. Usually a diamond's up here, though, at the end of the move. Very rare that it comes down at the end of a channel. It's like very rare. So I would say no. I think we're stretching it with the diamond on that one. Okay? Possibly a smaller one here, though. Right? If we go to like the 1 minute, possibly this is a diamond here now for sure. This is a diamond on the 1 minute. And I mean, Bitcoin giving me a lot to work with here, a lot to work with. But this is a diamond on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, it is a diamond. That's a diamond. Came in from the top. It should leave out the top and bounce to the upside. So that's a great sign. The diamond should break to the upside. That is a diamond. It's kind of fun that we did find a diamond after we were playing around with diamonds this morning. If you're new, this is the diamond pattern. Not much, but I'll add it. Hey, anything you want to do. You're an inspiration to me, Sam. You're an inspiration to me, Rodney. I love you, brother. Shine on, Crypto Diamond. So look at this thing. This is what we're looking at. It is a diamond. It is a diamond pattern. All right. It is a diamond. Could break to the upside. Very much so. Comes in from the top, it leaves out the top. That's how a diamond is a reversal pattern. Okay? A diamond is a reversal pattern. Whipsaw, they also call it, like, we definitely did a whipsaw. I keep hitting this like HTML data. We definitely did a whipsaw. Boom. I mean, but that's a diamond. Clean. And now the smaller pattern here on the 1 minute, and you got to go to the when it's volatile, you got to go to the smaller time frame. Forming a bit of a pennant here now, something like this, you know. Yo, hold up. Michael PA, you helped me make this. Just returning the love. $200 super chat. Unbelievable. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Like, that's insane. Like, for $44. Like, this is nuts, guys. We're up to $546. Like, this is insanity. This is complete insanity. Like, this is complete insanity. All right, so let's get back into brass tacks here. So this trend line needs to hold, like, at the end of the day. All right, this trend line needs to hold. That's what we're looking at. All right, and so far it is. So far it is. Even the 15 minutes trying to flip for us. Remember, we still got momentum on the 1 hour. 1 hour is still golden. Like, throughout all this nonsense, stochastics will lead you to the right. You know, they said to get right here. Stochastics said to get in right there, and they've been, so far, they've been stone cold. Okay, stone cold. All right. I love this guy, Mr. Q. 52 to 58K will be the third hit, which will usher in the bear market. I love this. I'll tell you what, man. I don't say things like that because you never know what's going to happen. It could be a black swan event. It could be a black moon event. A green moon event, right? Like something that just moons the price, like we've been seeing with Russia and everything else. Good morning, lifers. Another day is another chance and another beginning. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's win together and bring some good into this world together. The Lifer fam is no doubt. Love learning. Love is all that matters. Shout out to Love Learning for the $20 super chat. Much respect to you. The Lifer fam is no doubt one of the most incredibly special things I have ever been blessed to be a part of. Amazing and pure. Thank you for saying that, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that. So if we hold this trend line, we're good to go. You know, and again, like, measured move is the length of this base of this triangle. And we should be getting up here to 46,360. You know, 260 says, yeah, 46,000 about 300, I'll say. 270. That's what the technical analysis says. So I'm sticking to it because we're not high in the 1 hour stochastic RSI. And that's how I trade. You pick your trading style and you stick with it. You know, now there is a chance that we could take this whole pole. Pause, right? Hilarious, right? But there's a chance we could take this whole pole to the upside here, and that gives us a measured move to 50,000. All right? Now, 44K is a big deal. We break through 44K and hold it, you know. He who gives generously will be blessed, for he who gives some of his food to the poor. Proverbs 22:9. Such amazing hearts are hurt. Thank you, Lifer. Blessings, XRP, Ash Wednesdays. Blessings. Is it Ash Wednesday? Is it Ash Wednesday today? No. I don't think so, right? Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. $576. Unbelievable. So I'm going to donate the 26 and now we're at 3,100. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is amazing. 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 44,241. I'm just blown away right now by the love. I really feel it's emanating through the channel. Like, the frequency is so high. And look at this. 57,633. $576.33. Like, can't make this stuff up, man. Dude, this dude just threw another 199. Thank you for all your hard work, Lifer. Been a part of the group for a month and made an extra 2K. Learning every day, and your insights are amazing. Loving you and loving the group. Dude, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, made an extra $2,000. Like, helped out. Like, that helps out the month. I mean, that's a great, like, we're posting that into the, this is pure insanity. 776 and 32 cents now. Unbelievable. This is nuts. No, I've hit like 900 before. I've hit like 900. unreal. Like the amount of, this is insane. The love is real. Like this is nuts. Wow. So check it out. We're bouncing here. 15-minute wants to flip. If the 7 minutes low, that's going to be good for me. I like that. 7 minute can flip for you and give us a movement. 7 minute has been very, very crucial to my trading style the last few days. I don't know, because of the volatility, the 7 minute has been what I've had to go to figure out anything. Look, even to get market structure right now, we got to go to the 1 minute. I mean, that's the only way we could find this pattern here, right? That's it. There was really no other way. And now you can see we're in this like falling wedge kind of thing going on. We do not want to break this trend line. And you can see the market maker seems to be holding it down pretty well too as well. Just holding it very, very, very close. You don't talk bull or clickbait. Also, I like the market mobster for keeping it real too. Lifers not afraid to give back. Yo, man, the lifers are like, damn. I'm like, damn. How come I couldn't get 700 bucks in super chat? No, but it's amazing that when I opened up my heart, it opened up your hearts and it opened up everybody, and it just nuts. I mean, look at the people throwing down $200, $100, $50, $20. I don't care if you throw $199. You know what I'm saying? You might be in debt and still throw $199. That's like someone who has 50 grand throwing a grand down. It's even more, really. So whatever you throw, whatever you do for somebody else, it makes the world go round, baby. Every single time you do something for somebody else, it makes the world go round. Look at this. I'm starting to see, and this is nuts, but it could be. Let's see if it. I just like doing this, but look, shoulder, tiny little head. Are we making a right shoulder? I know that's nuts, but it could play out and break out of this rising wedge. We get the flip. We're holding this level. I'm getting crazy here, but this is what you have to do when the market throws at you, at your windshield. You got to clean it up somehow. You got to figure it out. You got to get out the windshield wipers and start getting in there. Remember, we do have the 4 hour that's just overbought. But I've been seeing this. We could get a curve, but right now, yeah, we're pointing to the downside. But look, a green candle with buy pressure. 2 green candles with buy pressure on the 4 hour. So I'm staying away from the 4 hour for now. It's in the back of my mind that it's not in the best place, but I just want to watch how this 1 hour plays out. Now, this isn't a bearish engulfing candle because this is just a green. This is a bullish engulfing candle. And you can almost still say it's still bullish because it eats up both candles. And look, you can't see anything on the 1 hour. You've got to be at the 5 minute or the 1 minute. This is the only time. This is the only place you can see anything going down. 1 minute is really the chart you need right now. It's crazy. And so sometimes you do need the 1 minute. Now, you'll hear a lot of big time traders say, you don't want beginners learning how to trade the 1 minute. And I'm 100% with that. 100% with that. You don't do stuff like that. But I mean, this is a big deal. That you like when market's just doing all this, you got to zoom in. So now, can this falling wedge break out is the question for Bitcoin. And when we zoom out, can this top trend line of my market structure hold a retest? Stochastic says we can. 44K, the battle for 44K. Who would have thought this is what we would have saw today? Insane volatility. Insane volatility. Sharing the love from down under from Nick G. My man, Nick G. Much respect to you and yours, Nick G. Much respect to you and yours. Cool. And I just want to make sure. Wow, these are amazing. Look at this. I mean, I'm just replaying this one. This is nuts. 199, man. Like, unbelievable. Let's help some children and get to 5K in super chats this week. Giving even $1 if possible goes a long way. Let's make more money and give back. Unbelievable. Danny, you're amazing. The whole week. I mean, we go the whole week. Go to the end of Friday. I guess see the greed kicks at me. I'm like, man, I don't want to, So we'll go till Friday, I guess, and we'll bring it up every day till Friday. But then we got to close it off because I don't want anyone thinking I'm ever going to use that to gain super chats. You know what I'm saying? We got to draw the line real fast. Like, there's people that are charlatans saying, I'm going to get back to make a bunch of money. I would never do that. I want to make that very clear. We're going to put this money where it needs to go. We're going to make proof of it. We're going to have videos of it. We're going to do whatever we can. A little something to help out Johanna Cordova. Johanna, that's very nice of you. It's very, very nice of you. Unbelievable. $912.77. I feel like I'm running a marathon right now. Like, this is crazy. I didn't even expect anything like this today. Last night, I just had this thought, and I'm like, man, I started crying. I'll be honest. I hit this article on Twitter, and I wasn't looking at the full moon. I just started crying. And it was my daughter's birthday yesterday. So you know what? The best thing I can do is give in her honor, too. To give in my children's honor. You know? All right, so we really can't watch much more Bitcoin. We're just going to sit here and make sure that this breaks to the upside. All right? Whole market's kind of watching Bitcoin right now, I'm sure. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Let's get off Bitcoin for a second. I'm going to put it up here at another window or to my right here. And you guys can glance at that beautiful Glassnode chart, which is amazing, which shows the number of active addresses just continuing to go up as Bitcoin price goes up. And that's the idea. It's the network effect. Bitcoin has a network effect. People don't realize that. You know, I got 5 in from New York. Appreciate your enthusiasm and knowledge. Much respect to you and yours, my friend. Much respect to you and yours. Now we're at 1917.77. Look at that. Unbelievable. It's pretty insane. Summer's birthday. No. Everything is sideways right now on the longer time frames, and Bitcoin has some dumpy volume. Yes, it does. Crypto Rich, much love to you and your family, Sam. It's a blessing to give to the people in need, and I know this will go far. God bless you and what you do. You're an inspiration to all of us. Peace. I have family in Afghanistan. Much respect to you, man. When 1K, drink that tip jar. I mean, we hit a K. We hit a K. I mean, that's nuts. That's crazy. Like, I'm not drinking the tip jar because it ain't for me. I drink the tip jar when it's like, wow, people are tipping me. It's cool. Like, you know, this is real deal stuff right here. Like, this is real deal stuff. Unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. Hope it helps in some way. It will. Trust me. These people are selling their kids for, you know, a liver only costs $1,500 and they're selling their liver. And I don't know how long the $1,500 lasts. I hope it lasts a couple months. I think it lasts a year, but who knows? It may last never. You know, who knows? I missed the goal. What's the goal amount? There was really no goal amount. I honestly was just saying I'm going to give away. This is really what it was. I came out and said I'm going to give away all my super chats from the month of February, which looked to be about $2,700. And I said, and anything you want to give today, I'll add in there to the bucket. And people just went in and started throwing it in. And so now it looks like we're going to be giving away about $3,600. Yeah, $3,600. So that's it, you know. And again, even though the devil is strong, because there's a little whisper in my head like, oh, but that's like, you know, like that's money, and why are you giving away the money? And I'm like, because I gotta give it away, man. Because it's not all about hoarding your money. It's about giving it away to other people that need it. If you're eating well, if you have a good life, if you have everything you need, then I think you should help other people. All right? And if I see someone selling their kids, then I feel like I got to step in and do something. If I can stop someone from selling their child, then I think I need to. If I know someone's going to sell their kid and I can sit back and go, oh, let me go to a steak dinner tonight, honey. What a wonderful time. And let's go to the show. Come on, man. Like, that's just not real. Or go buy a Bugatti. Oh, so look, Bitcoin, so this is the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. We're sitting really pretty, everybody. So just so you know, in case you didn't know. We've broken above all resistance on the way up there. So far, so good. To the guy that said Bitcoin's going down to the tubes, I mean, you got to chart the total market cap, my buddy. You can't just chart Bitcoin and be like, oh, Bitcoin's going down. You got to chart the total market cap, because the total market cap is going to give you some indications of what's happening. 2 more super chats. Northern Monkey, Silvio, Vera, Art. Man, so many people. This is amazing. My precious. So you're going to match the super chats for them. I mean, no, I'm gonna be giving away $2,600 and whatever else comes in today. it's over at K now, and it won't even go over it won't even say what it is. I mean, this is nuts. So check it out. We broke above 1.82 trillion. That's going to be support if we have to come back down. We have mini support right here, which I like, which we formed at 1.85 or 1.86 trillion. And we've wicked to it kind of today. You can see that, and came back up. If we just look at this on the 4-hour time frame, we are coming down, but we're respecting the area here, and we're flagging out. And this is what you want to see. You want to see something like this occur. So it looks like we're going to get a bit of a market pullback, in my humble opinion. But it looks like it'll be subtle and kind of less drawn out. And we'll probably still get some pumps in the middle. The length of this pole for the total market cap suggests that if this breaks out and this flag holds true all the way until we get an alert here on the 4-hour time frame, that we can get to back continue anyway, that we can get back here all the way up to about $2.1 trillion. When we broke 2 trillion, it was a sad thing. Keep going, brother. The heart changes the world one person at a time. And damn, Michael PA, man, you're an amazing person, bro. Another 200. We're at $1,200 now. Not much, but it's something. Jordan Baker, man, much respect to you, Jordan. Hey, man, dude, everyone who says not much, it's your energy that matters. It's your vibration. It's your vibration. It's your vibration. I'll be dead honest with everybody right now. I secretly, in the heart of hearts, I'm like, damn, I don't want to give away $3,000. Like, I could do stuff with $3,000. I could buy Bitcoin, a tenth of a Bitcoin, a little under a tenth. I mean, I'm a little greedy for my Bitcoin. To me, I'm already a little depressed. I'm like, damn, man, I should be buying Bitcoin, not giving my money away. I could take my family on. That's an Airbnb for a week, a pretty nice one, like $500 a day for 7 days. It's $3,500. I mean, and these are the things I like, But I take a deep breath and I say, hey, if those are the things I needed the money for, I didn't have to sell my kid. I didn't have to go get some food. So, you know what? And honestly, my life never went so well that I was in a position to give money away. So, you know what? If God put me in that position, then I'm going to let God know that I appreciate it. All right? And this is how you do it. Your actions are your prayers. You can pray all you want, but your actions are your true prayers. Actions speak so much louder than words, in my humble opinion. I do believe prayer is important, but actions speak louder than words. So this is what I see happening for the total market cap. This is like the most, sweet scenario for a pullback on the 4-hour time frame. Remember, the daily has momentum. The daily has momentum. We're about to cross the dotted line. We're still up in the high point. We're doing okay. Now, we didn't break previous resistance. It's just fine. As long as looks like we might even come back here and make a lower low at one point when the daily, which is fine. Back to 182. Like, don't expect it all to happen at once. These are good surges. These are good surges, though. And so I just want to show you where we're at in the total market cap. And yes, Sammy Cup and Handy on the total market cap. Can you believe that? Thanks for the knowledge. God bless those suffering. Shout out to Brian Mills. You're the man, dude. You're the man. And so $1.96 trillion here is our next resistance point. All right? And 1.82 is our next support and 1.86. So watch those two levels. You don't want to break them. If you do, we'll be in some trouble, or we'll be retracing. And let's see if we can break the other levels to the other side. No one does what you do, Sam. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to K-Dub. Much respect to you, K-Dub. Much respect to you and yours. Shout out to everyone here on the like. And you can also hit those likes. Get the likes up. They're as important as everything else. Actions are your true prayers. Words, they really are, man. How do you behave? Like, how do you treat other people? Do you hold the door for someone else? That's a prayer right there, in my humble opinion. That's telling God you don't just walk through a door and forget about all his other creations. You walk through a door and you go, oh, is there someone else following me that I might need to help? If you see an old woman at the store and she's trying to get something and you're like, oh, can I grab that for you? Like, that looks a little high. You see someone that needs help, you help them. It's an amazing feeling. You feel amazing when you help people. Amazing when you help people. So that's the total market cap in a bit of a nutshell. All right. As well as the 3-day chart, which is doing a nice flip to the upside. However, it is getting extended. I have to point that out. A little sign that we might get a pullback at one point. A little bit of a sign here. But look at this beautiful W on the 3-day. I'll tell you what, the measured move of that W is $51,000. See this W? That's a W for the win. Bouncing off the 200-day moving average on the 3-day chart. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's a bullish pattern that says we have a measured move to $51,000. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones now, up 500 points. Now, you know what's funny? If you're in my trading group, I kind of predict the Dow every morning before I go to bed at night. I give an indication of what I think is going to happen on the Dow Jones Industrial. Last night I'm about to go to sleep, and I'm looking at the Dow, and I'm like, well, looks like the Dow is going to do some damage, right? I'm trying to find this post here. Look at that. Morning livers, hope we're looking. Look at that, man. Banging on them. I was in that trade since yesterday. It took a while. Wow, I love this. We're going to read that article. That's going to be fun. And look, the Dow was up. I went over the Dow futures too, 8:30 a.m. I'm up early in my group, giving them updates at 8:30. But 12:53, look, the Stokes tell us that the probability is higher that the Dow will pump tomorrow. So, like, I predicted the pump on the Dow at 12:53 a.m. I mean, I'm your guy if you trade in the stock market. I'm just saying, like, I'm your guy if you're trading any market in the world. I'm your guy. But bam, and there we go. The Dow up 546 points. So that also kind of let you know that we were going to have a move in Bitcoin. So I opened up a bigger position in Bitcoin on the trade because you see what's going on there? You see how I put it together? And I can teach you this stuff. It's more than technical analysis. Like, it's being able to see the world markets and figuring out the seesaw of ratio and figuring out how that affects what you're trading and how you can get in there into a pocket of space and time. You know what I'm saying? And this is important. Billionaire admits he was wrong about Bitcoin as Citadel looks to crypto markets. Company founder Ken Griffin has backtracked on his anti-crypto stance and wants his firm to offer digital assets to its clients this year. American multinational hedge fund and finance services company Citadel is poised to enter cryptocurrency markets this year. Speaking on Bloomberg Wealth with David Rubenstein, Citadel founder Ken Griffin commented on the current state of the markets in the light of the recent geopolitical conflict, stating that there are very volatile inflection point. When the interview turned to digital assets, Griffin, who has previously warned the younger generation away from them, said there's no need for cryptocurrencies, revealed that the firm would be engaging in a crypto assets market this year. It's fair to assume that over the months to come, you'll see us engage in making markets in cryptocurrencies. It's quite turned around for November 2017 when Griffin said Bitcoin right now has many of the elements of the tulip bulb mania we saw back hundreds of years ago in Holland, at the time when Bitcoin was trading around 10,000. He added, "These bubbles tend to end in tears, and I worry about how this bubble might end." What a loser. During the Bloomberg Wealth interview, Griffin acknowledged that he was wrong to have been in the naysayer camp with regard to digital assets. Crypto has been one of the greatest stories in finance over the course of the last 15 years, he stated before adding, "And I'll be clear, I've been in the naysayer camp over that period, but the crypto market today has a market cap of about $2 trillion in round numbers, which tells you that I haven't been right on this call." He could have come to me 4 years ago. I would have set him straight. He could have watched the Crypto Lifer in 2019. He would have made a lot more money. His hedge fund would be killing it right now. So funny how guys like me in their basement would have outperformed guys with tons of money, 100 analysts working for them, every computer in the world. But this is it. This is what we're seeing here in the markets. I mean, it's just pretty interesting, right? It's pretty nuts. It makes you wonder about who's running things here. I can't wait till I get on TV one day. Put me on Bloomberg Business Report. I'll be like, listen, when I started buying gold in 2009, after the housing market crisis, I just cited that Bitcoin is just about the same, and I bought hundreds and hundreds of them. And now I'm sitting on $1 billion. Now, I wish I could do that. That would be amazing. And let's get back into Bitcoin. As we said before, look, we had a falling wedge that should break to the upside on the 1-minute chart. It did. We got the move. So far, we are getting respected by this upper trend line. Someone doesn't want to break back into this pattern. Someone likes what's happening. Let's take a look at the liquidity. liquidator, liquidatum. And this is like a play-by-play live stream on the market. Lately, Bitcoin's been heavy volatile. It's not been going sideways. So yeah, 44.3 holding. You can see that they're trying to nibble it again at 44,000. They're trying to nibble it one more time if they can. And then they're trying to sell at 44.9, 45. They got a bigger sell. They're pushing it down here at 44,650. Look for a bounce back down off of that. So they're pretty good at this swing moving that they like to do here. They're pretty good at it. Shout out to all the lovers of life here. Shout out to 310 like. Shout out to 354 watchers on the live stream. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. So again, like, alts have been pumping here and there. We saw Keep going up 100%. Someone asked for Keep. And now you can send in your regular super chats, but everything will still be going. And I feel the worst thing crypto did was seek a future aspect. To me, it allows institutional manipulation. Also, if enemy nations use Bitcoin to get around the U.S., can the U.S. just buy and sell? VYN. Yeah, why are you doing that weird stuff? Those are those weird ones. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, Grace. I don't know what those are. Like, those are strange. Ken Griffin lied under oath. If you think we touch 54K in the next few days or even maybe today, I don't think, man. I don't use words like that. That's like dangerous behavior. No, I mean, I don't mean that. I think about everything. In trading, I don't think. It's not like, oh, I think Bitcoin's going to go up now. I don't do that. It doesn't work like that. It's the traditional support and resistance. Like right now, I'll see. We have a measured move up here to about 45,000. You know? I don't know. With the way the 4 hour is, I don't know if today would be the day for the big move, but anything is possible. You have to remember that. Anything is possible for Bitcoin. Anything is possible for Bitcoin. Did I have the honey? I kind of want to have it again, though. I don't think I had enough. Shout out to Be Well Honey out of Pembroke, Mass. Be Well Honey. 54 Marquand Street, Pembroke. Go check them out. Go buy some honey in Massachusetts. Get yourself situated. Get yourself ready to go for the springtime. Spring's going to be upon us soon. Sooner than later, we will be in spring. I'm telling you right now. This is the greatest channel on YouTube ever. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for saying that. You're the man, dude. Crypto Double R. Crypto Roro. Crypto Lifer. DeFi chasing the blessings, brother. Definitely chasing the blessings. Much respect to you and yours, my friend. You guys have no idea what crypto was made for. The Jesuit order through the Vatican created crypto. If you disagree, you do not know how the world works. Hey, man. I believe that. You know why? Because my friend's uncle was a Jesuit. He was. And he's connected to a world, like, you know, insane stuff, like behind the world, all that. I can't even get into it. And he knew a lot of his like grandfather helped write the code, like the idea behind a trustless payment system. And he was a Jesuit, so it's possible that the Jesuits did create it. From what I've done my own research, like, or it's backed through. It's like it's a back door. There's a chance that kind of resonates with what I'm going over here. Wow. $1,200 in super chats. Unbelievable. 315 likes. Did you just drink straight honey? Yeah, I do it all the time. Can you please say Neo to my 76-year-old mother-in-law? She's watching you and wants to say hello. She says you're a really good man. Her name is Sally. Can you please say Neo to 76-year-old mother? Neo. Hi, my lovely woman. I hope you raised a wonderful good man, Gregory. Very nice young gentleman. Nice to see you. And thank you for telling him that I'm a good man. That's very nice of you. That's respect. You got to respect your elders. They have the knowledge and the wisdom and the love. Love hanging with the lifer and the crowd. Shout out to DeFi Turd, man. Shout out to Turd, man. Love you, Turd. That sounds great, doesn't it? Love you, Turd. I love that. So let's go into. All right, now let's have fun. Talk about some coins here. Let's hear the coins. I want to go over coins. I want to see 10 coins in the next 5 minutes right now, or I'm out. 10 coins in the next 5 minutes, or I am out of here. I got 10 coins off the radar. Love and light for the ones in need and the oppressed. Also for you, Sam, for changing my life. With you and the wheels fall off, I'll be there to put them back on. With you till the wheels fall off. And thank you so much, Dak. You're the man, dude. Oh, wow. Look at how many things. I just asked for coins, and look, they came in so hard. Oh, my God. All right, Glimmer, Kava. Because, like, today's not about me getting paid on Super Chats. It's about giving back, so it is what it is. Let's have fun. Let's take a look at Glimmer, Kava, Atom. Let's start it off. Let's get it going. Let's take a look at Glimmer. As Bitcoin goes sideways, and right now I'm convinced that Bitcoin will hold $44,000. They got me pretty convinced. Bit of a double bottom here. We're watching this 1 minute, and I know I don't want you to stay fixated on the 1 minute chart, but we're starting to do our thing. What I see happening now here, you got to just stay with the TA. See, we're forming this now. With a measured move here to about 45K. And it's spot on with the BOOKMAP liquidity, right? They want to get back up here to 44,650, 44.9. They want to unload up here. They want to snatch it. They might want to bring it right back to 44 one more time on a wick. So just watch your stops on that area. They got a big order here at 43.8. I don't think that's going to hold. A lot of times they just like to encapsulate. And they like to encapsulate and then put the real orders inside. I've been noticing that too. If you like what I'm doing here, this is all the liquidity that you can see on an order book on GDAX or on Binance US. This is amazing. Check this out. This will teach you basically kind of where the price of Bitcoin is going to go, where whales and big people have orders, and where the orders are highly likely to go on the order book. This is liquidity on the exchange. All right. This is BOOKMAP. There's a link below. If you use it, you have offers that you won't get anywhere else. Exclusive Crypto Lifer offers through BOOKMAP. Jump on in today. I love it. I think it's great. Ever since I started using it, you see it now on the channel. And right now, we were able to predict that Bitcoin was going to see this spike. We predicted this spike because we saw it on the map. We saw the liquidity at 44,650, 44,007, and boom. We were like, oh, they're going there. And we watched them grab it. Like, we watched them go up and snatch it. Like, we saw it. We saw it happen live. It was pretty cool. That actually, we should extract that. My extraction team, I got an extraction guy. I don't know if he's working today. But if I can get an assistant, anyone listening right now, let me kind of record this. If I could get an assistant, anybody, to extract that segment today when I talked about BOOKMAP, that would be really, really awesome. Because we saw how they were grabbing the liquidity and we juxtaposed the chart with the BOOKMAP and then we saw it happen live. We could just cut that into a little segment. I think that would be awesome. It really shows the amazingness of BOOKMAP and how good it can be used. All right, cool. Just thinking, I'm thinking all the time. All right, so let's take a look at Glimmer. And we called the Dow Jones pumping today. And we nailed that at 1:50 in the morning, 12:53 in the morning last night. I'm telling you, stick with the lifers. We're going to show you so much. We're going to teach you how to trade any market in the world. We're going to blow your mind. It's going to be so much to have fun with, so much to figure out. Let's take a look at Glimmer here on KuCoin. All right. So this thing's just been getting hit off to the downside for sure, right? Look at that. Starting to do a rounded bottom, but it did it before. It didn't hold, right? Someone said that this is like they made two coins, Moon River, Glimmer, and something else, and like it creates too much. It creates a lack of liquidity for both, right? In a way, which is, I mean, it's a valid point, and I read that on a tweet. So it is a valid point, all right? It is a valid point. So 267 Glimmer, right? I mean, it could break up and get back to $12. I mean, that's the measured move. It can make a move. It's got to make a rounded bottom. We got to see it push above 293. So for me, what I like about this is I don't have to get 263. I don't have to get 267. I'd like to see it bounce, maybe hit here, bounce there, or hit here, bounce, make another hit, bounce, and make it like somewhere in this area. If I can get two bounces, I could snatch it at 440 and then ride it to 12. Do it 3x. Yeah, you won't get the 6x, but then I don't have to worry about getting beat to the ground. See, look, they're going to grab this liquidity up here. Big volume means they're trying to buy in here. They're buying into this volume. Okay. And I got my volume data sets, right? Size, transparency, inherent from bars, apply to bar, minimal data risk, 2 dots. Yep, volume bubble. Love that. And see, they want to go to 44.7, right? So if we get to 44.7, it's obvious because you can see that they're trying to get a sell there after they scooped to 44.2 order, you know, and left a little on the table maybe. But, you know, so they're going to get to 44.7 now is what the chart says. And now they're locking price. You can see we're locked in between 44.2 and 44.7. We're going to go sideways for a while. They're basically letting you know that Bitcoin will be going sideways. They're telling you to your face. They're like, well, we're going to go sideways now here. You need the 1 minute right now. You really do. Look, we broke out. We're retesting. We just broke this top trend line now. This is, look, a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a shoulder. That's an inverted head and shoulder right there. Can you see it? Shoulder, head, shoulder. There's your neckline right there. It's not perfect, and it never will be. Okay? Today is like a clinic. I'm putting on a clinic right now of like how to trade. Like today isn't just like like other channels you go and watch like, oh, he's going to tell me what Bitcoin's going to do. Like I'm showing you how to trade Bitcoin live. Like I'm teaching you how to interact with the price action while it's happening. I'm showing you the tools you can grab at your, all around you to gain the information and the insight to possibly make the best decisions with the probability in your favor. Okay? That's all trading is, making the proper decision with the probability in your favor. So there's Glimmer. I saw someone asking about Glimmer, and yeah, I mean, that's what we see for Glimmer. All right? That's what we see for Glimmer. Kava, please. Let's take a look at Kava. I haven't seen Kava in a while. Sir, can you please TA SLP coin? We'll take a look at SLP. And someone asked about a coin already. They did super chat a coin at the beginning of the live. You guys remember what they said? There was a super chat. Someone asked for a super chat. Atom, SLP, Tag Protocol, Midas Coin, Aave, Luna, Kava, IMX, Atlas, VR. First, yeah, I saw if you want a little different, thank you, Grace. You're amazing. How about Spell Token? Just sharing the love. Shout out to Scotty Swing. I love that name, man. Scotty Swing in the game. Shout out to Scotty Swing. Scotty, I love you, Scotty. Hey. I know, it's funny. UFO Gaming. What's the stock indicator you use? Stochastics RSI. With divs. RSI MACD. Okay, let's take a look at Atom. And I remember someone asking about Victoria VR. I believe that's what they asked about at the beginning of the channel. We'll take a look at USDT pair here for Atom on Binance, right? Oh, actually, look, that's a little pathway in between. That works. That works great. Unreal. Don't mind me. I'm just talking to my keyboard. All right? Yes, I am. We have a good relationship. It gets me through a lot of things. I spend a lot of time on my keyboard and my mouse. They're my best friends. I'm a computer nerd, basically. I live my life off my computer. I deep dived into the internet where I was deep diving at work, where I should have been doing work, but I was deep diving like you are right now. Who here is at work, but they're deep diving with me online, like I used to be. I used to be watching a YouTuber just like this when I was at work. Definitely during my lunchtime or so whatever. Actually, lunchtime I always went outside and walked around. I always got out of the office. I couldn't stand it. So here was a falling wedge for Atom. You can see my measured move was a break up here to about 29. Suggested we would bounce from 23 to 29. We did that. We got rejected by my previous resistance that I draw because we had a wick here that I draw, because look, we had all, you can see why I drew it, that resistance point there at 32.87. Now we hit it, came back down. I'd like to see Atom stay in between this range on the daily while the daily resets. We are overbought on the daily time frame. So I wouldn't expect a huge move coming. I would expect either sideways movement or a retrace down to some type of support. I want to see Atom hold 30. If it breaks 30, the next support line it will hit is about 26.54 in my humble opinion. All right. So there's Atom on the daily. Doesn't look too healthy right now. Right. I wouldn't go chasing Atom on the daily right now. All right. 1 hour's in a bit of a flag, and it could pump. Despite what Bitcoin, it's like, remember, everything's watching Bitcoin now, and the way Bitcoin's been moving, it's got the whole market just like, whoa, 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 you know. But there's Atom. Can it break out of here to the upside? It may. Just you got to heed that daily time frame and the 4 hour. When the 4 hour and the daily are both overbought, not the best look. However, we are curving here. This could get a bit of a curve, and we could get momentum on the daily that keeps us up here. I will heed that. If the market gets crazy, this could do something like this, and you'll stay up here and just do something nuts. I do have to reiterate that. It's hard for beginners to understand the stochastic RSI at first because bottom you're oversold, top you're overbought, don't buy up here, but yet that can where a big movement happens. But again, you got to play with the charts in time to figure this out. Like even I can teach a kid, I can teach somebody that. I can sit you down and kind of explain that, but it's all got to be done like it's all got to be done in depth, you know, like, and a lot of the things have to be figured out on your own. Like, it's like riding a bike. Like, I can sit with you and show you how to ride a bike. We can talk about the bike riding. We can go over balance. But when I push someone out on that bicycle, like, they're either going to fall or they're not, right? And that's kind of the deal, right? With trading, like, you have to apply the skills presented and you have to practice. And you're not going to see the things that I see yet. And you may get frustrated. I see this happen to beginners. They get frustrated because I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, but the 4 hour, the 15, and I'm like, you're where I was 2 years ago. And I might keep going, grasshopper, because like you're almost there. And I can't hand it to you. Like you're going to find it on your own. But I can't hand it to you. You know, if I handed it to you, you wouldn't get it anyway. Because it's not something that can, it's something that it's a mind click. It's what's called an aha moment. My mentor says, an aha moment. You got to go, oh, yeah, like I get it now. Like I get it, you know. So you'd hope only a minor retrace, maybe for a double bottom here, and then we break out of this. Bit of a cup and handle here for Atom too as well. And is Atom making this bigger pattern that would break out to some huge gains? Where would be the measured move for there? And this would be like in 6-7 months. It could take a while, maybe even longer. You never know. You're talking an $80 Atom. I got into Atom at $4. I mean, that would be beautiful. That'd be a 20x for me. Let's take a look at SLP, Smooth Love Potion. Smooth Love Potion. Been kicking around lately, having a bit of a pump. I don't like this coin at all. I'll tell you why. No, it's not. I don't like. I love everything. I have nothing against the coin. I'll tell you why I believe this is a weaker play compared to other coins. That sounds way better. Sounds more. Why this is a weaker play compared to other coins. All right, and I'll explain. I'm going to explain. I do have my collar open, but it's like, hey, where's my gold chain over here? Hey, babe, bring me my gold chain. She's probably with the baby. Hey, babe. I like acting like she's like I'm from Queens. Hey, babe, bring me my gold chain, babe. She don't even listen to me. She's in the bed, like, sleeping with the baby. Like, that's so crazy. Hey, babe, where's my gold chain over here? That's it. I'm going to get my gold chain. And what's cool about this gold chain, I'm back, I did go upstairs. What's cool about this gold chain is it was given to me, the pendant on it was given to me by a LIFA. He made this and sent it to my P.O. box. And it is a labradorite, which helps, I'm telling you, labradorite helps with intense intuition and feeling. Ever since I started using labradorite, I started using a new trading style and a new trading system that I kind of created. It's like, was it the labradorite? I don't know. But they definitely had something to do with each other. And my life started looking up. So, I don't know. Something to it. Here's a trend for SLP. All right. It's oversold in the daily time frame, unlike what we just looked at for Atom, which is, it's in this wedge that could break to the upside. Showing signs of life here. So the daily, the bigger time frame, does suggest it wants to pump. It has made a higher low from its bottom. And we could see some movement here. We could. But again, we could, right? It's a very, you never know, it's a bit iffy. So we'll take it from there. And, let's go look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour now. So the daily's in our favor. I like what we're seeing for the daily time frame. Okay. Let's zoom in here. You're square the pattern away. The pattern's not going to look clean because on the daily you'll have like candles that turn into wicks or just, you know, you'll draw. What I'm trying to say is if you draw a pattern on the daily time frame, kind of broke out. Like, see, like when I get real precise with this trend line, which I feel like is like this, but to me it broke out. Okay. Now I really want to hit these candles, but I let the wick in just because it has to be there, but nothing can be perfect. Also, if I zoom in here now on the 4 hour, I'm getting that same, you know, this is a bull pennant to me. We came up, we formed a pennant. Measured move is the length of the pole here. So see how I'm working I'm working the charts to see the measured moves. Because this is what you got to do. All right? This is what it's about. This is what it's all about every time. Now this angle should match this angle. Something, see, like that. Bam. And from the breakout. Now, beginners are always like, well, where do you put the line? How do you know what's going to break out? You just kind of feel for it. You get a feeling. Like, you see where price is, and you get it, like, you subconsciously start doing the math without even knowing it, you know? Like, a lot just starts happening. You just got to get your feet wet. A lot of the questions get answered if you just start getting it in. Like, a lot of beginners will ask me questions that, like, I can't even answer them. They're like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, it's a feeling. Like, you're going to get it but you got to do it. You got to start playing with the charts. You got to start drawing the patterns. You got to start making patterns. You got to start posting charts. I want to see more charts in my group. I see a lot of charts, but I still see people who have been in my group for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, and I've never seen not one chart. I'll see them post a big green candle or a chart with something from their phone, like this is up, and I'm like, that's cool. Kind of my biggest pet peeve is just like posting charts that are up, because like I want to see a chart that's about to go up. I want to see a chart that you've planned out. I want to see your mentality. I want to see your thought process. I want to see you say, well, the Stokes were low here on the 15, so I flipped to the 1 hour, blah, 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 blah. And I like that I'm seeing this divergence here and boom, boom, bomb. And I'm like, wow, now that's a lifer. Like, this person's putting in that work, you know? So the more charts that we all post, the more beginners we help. Remember that. The more you spend time in the beginners group grinding, the faster you're going to learn this. The faster you're going to be able to travel the world, the more you're going to be able to go where you want, see the people you want to see, leave the job that you're at, and do the things that you want to do. I'm telling you right now, it's all the work you got to put in. I put in that work. I spent 4 years in a beginner's group just grinding away. I didn't really know where it was going to go. I wasn't sure. I didn't know if I was just playing games at work because I was supposed to be at work, but I was in the beginner's group and on YouTubes. I was on the YouTubes at work. Are you on the YouTubes again at work? No, but seriously, put your hand up. Put a thumbs up, 1 in the comment. If you're at work right now watching me, if you're supposed to be doing the right thing at work, but you're like, nah, you know, I'd rather kick it and learn crypto. Because that's how you get out of work. You use their time, get paid to learn crypto. Go on YouTube, find a smart dude on YouTube. No, I'm just joking. But find someone who clicks with you, that makes sense, that's giving the information, and get down. You know what I'm saying? There's my people right there with the 1 on the slow. Put a 2 if it's on the low. Put a 2 if you're like on the low, like on the super low. Put a 2 if like your boss is like behind you in a seat around and like you're acting like you're typing right now. Put a 2 if like you actually have to act like you're doing something and you're watching the life right now. Yo, I love y'all. Yo, I lived that life for a long time. I lived that life for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? And I know exactly how you feel. Like, trust me, 110%. Look, a lot more than I thought. A lot more 2s coming in now than I realized. See, people trying to get out from underneath the 9 to 5, people trying to push, people trying to make a difference in their lives. And I know how it feels. And that's why I show up every single day without a day off. People say, why not a day off? I'm like, because, you know, these other mongers don't take a day off. These people pushing their agenda, they don't take a day off. These newscasters, all this other nonsense, they don't take a day off. They keep pushing their stuff. So I don't take a day off either. So this is Smooth Love Potion. Shout out to Jason Malik. Hearing people have to sell their kids to survive destroys my heart. It really does, man. Thank you, Jason. Much respect to you and yours. You work harder for yourself. Pretend to talk to customer on mute. I love that. That's funny. But like, just hit mute back. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah. We'll get that squared away right away. Yeah, what's your account number again? Okay. Yep, hold on 1 second. You know what you got to do? You got to get the fake keyboard. All right? You got to bring in a keyboard, right? and you just put it above your keyboard and you unplug it. And so you can hit keys and make it sound like you're typing keys, but nothing's going on. Oh, no, just unplug your keyboard. I got it even better because the two keyboard, just unplug your keyboard. Just, randomly just unplug it and just be typing away. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, definitely. I got it. See? Look, you unplug your keyboard and just type away, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm the number one guy at how not to work at work. You want to know how to not to work at work and use it to your advantage? I did that for, the 4-Hour Work Week, man. I read that book. I was never the same. Shout out to Tim Ferriss, Matt. Love that dude. But he said it straight. He really did. So this Smooth Love Potion, let's take a look at it in the 1 hour. Does it have room in the 1 hour to go? It does. This thing could pop today. I'll tell you right now, Smooth Love Potion, I would watch it today. It's the daily setting up. The 4 hour has a little bit of down, but this thing could push. And look, 35% just on the lows. So I would watch Smooth Love Potion on the day. It looked good to me. The scrub test or whatever I want to call it, I should give it the lifer test. But it passed the lifer test for sure. Boom. Okay. Just going to post this real quick. SLP USDT. Looks good on most time frames. So live coverage right now. The Fed chairman testifies. Hold on one second. This is breaking news here. Breaking news. Breaking news.
But what I do want to talk about is the fact that despite the one flaw that Republicans can find, which is inflation, we have lower unemployment, a bigger economy. Do you know how many other countries have higher inflation around the world than America? 64, according to Trade Economics Inflation of country by country.
It's the worst thing you can do is like, we have 20 people sick in my house, but you know how many houses have 100 people sick right now?
64. This is a worldwide phenomenon, is it not?
Doesn't he know inflation? And now he's talking about how the banks control the entire system, and they took us to Bretton Woods, and they connected all the money supply to our money supply. And their inflation should be worse than ours because we rigged it. And so he just this is ridiculous already.
So I want you to take a look at
Funny.
a couple more of your charts, because I think these are probably the most important. And they are the median wage growth found in chart C on page 12, and the change in the price index for personal consumption on the next page, found on page 13, diagram 8. According to your chart on page 12, the bottom quarter of wage earners have had their wages increase by almost 9%. You see that?
Yes.
And the next quarter, by 6.5%, 7%. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then you look over to the next page, and we're running, I think you said it, about 5.5% inflation. So wage earners in the bottom half are making more money than they are potentially, if I do the math, they're making anywhere 8-9% against a 5% increase in cost. Now, it's not apples to apples, but wages are going up, are they not?
This guy's ridiculous.
So wages at the bottom, in the bottom quartile, have gone up in real terms. I do not think that's true for the second, third, and fourth quartiles, but it is true for the bottom quartile that their wages, nominal wages, have gone up higher, more than inflation.
Okay. So
It's not true because inflation is 13%. So that's not true because they don't actually
you and I spoke at the
use the
beginning
proper
of this
inflation
year,
rate.
My time has expired. I'll ask it to you later on. And I thank you for your service, sir. I thank you for keeping us out of a recession. I think we built a better America by staying out of the recession. I yield back.
What?
Thank you so much. The gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Davidson, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you, Chairman Powell, for coming here. And I also appreciate your book and the work. And frankly, just yet again want to highlight the really heroic work that the Federal Reserve did to create stable markets, particularly in March and April of 2020. Since then, of course, there have been a lot of
This is a joke.
economic distortions, one of which is the ongoing inability of the Federal Reserve to stabilize its own balance sheet, which is now over $9 trillion. I appreciate Mr. Perlmutter highlighting some of the good news. And frankly, I'm positive that he has previously operated a lemonade stand because he can always turn something good out of the lemons. So there's no good news, but the concern is that in the long term, this has come at the expense of sound money. And so just over a year ago, I talked to you about sound money, and as the U.S. dollar represents sound money, because many of us anticipated that inflation was not transitory and that the quantity theory of money might have some impact on inflation. So in light of the fact that we have seen substantial change in the rate of inflation now versus what was showing up then but was anticipated, do you still think that the U.S. dollar is sound money? And either way, what are the threats to the U.S. dollar as sound money?
The U.S. dollar is sound money, yes. The threats to the U.S. dollar
No way.
as the reserve currency really, in the near term, are
I'm actually laughing like
to displace
this
the
is so
U.S.
funny,
dollar
man.
as the
Like,
reserve currency, if that's your
it's
question.
sound money.
You would need to have.
the worst
You
money.
need to
It's
be
like,
a very attractive.
I'm running
place
away
to
from it for
hold
10 years.
Large amounts of reserves.
It's like
It's
the-
really different than that because
To me, the U.S. dollar is like the boogeyman. Like I've been literally running away from it for the last 7 years,
planet's never had this
trying to get as far away from it as I can. It's been ruining my life.
similar things.
It's sad because I love America, but I stacked a
The
Bitcoin.
Bretton Woods era was
He talked about
gold.
Bretton Woods. Look at
I
look
don't
at
know
he's
if
coming.
there's
He's bringing it
magic
up.
just in gold,
He's
but
bringing
there
it
is
up.
magic in discipline. So if you look at sound money being defined by a stable store of value, an efficient
He just
means
brought up
of
Bretton Woods.
exchange,
This dude's no
and
joke.
a trusted record of an account.
I like this guy.
And
This is crazy.
you've at least taken some dings on store of
I don't know
value.
who he is because I don't want to be positioned as something type of like. Of course, we're on a roll right now. They're like, wait, he just mentioned.
I'm not sure I followed the last part, but I do think
Yo,
in the
he-
near term are
At the expense of
Hold on.
recession,
Hold
I
on.
think
amounts of reserves.
It's really different than that because we are probably still going to be the reserve currency since the world grades on a curve, and frankly, the planet's never had this much debt since World War II. So all of the countries around the world did similar things. The discipline of the Bretton Woods era was gold. I don't know that there's magic just in gold, but there is magic in discipline. So if you look at sound money being defined by a stable store of value, an efficient means of an exchange, and a trusted record of an account, you've at least taken some dings on store of value. And so as you've seen people
It's not sound
decide
money.
to filter
The
transactions
USD is not
and
sound
develop
money. Like the fact that he said that
technology
means
and regulatory
he doesn't know what he's
frameworks
talking about. Like
that are intended to be able to filter transactions.
this is like, I'm not saying it has to be me, but someone with my type of thought process is going to become the president because people are going to look back and feel shafted by all these people that didn't tell them the truth. And then there's going to be someone saying like, hey, I was telling you the truth, but no one cared at the time. And they'll be like, you know what? That's the dude we want to listen
Not
to.
as trusted or efficient as a means of exchange or a record of account. And so those kinds of things, not so much do we do okay on the curve, but is it truly sound?
Now, the fact that right now Jerome Powell doesn't come and actually rebuttal with some type of efficient, educational response here that shows he's somewhat of a historian that respects history, which he should at least be. But like he can't go into Bretton Woods, and that's going to open up a 10-minute conversation that he's not willing to have. And he just said it was sound money. This man just told him that it's not, basically. That's basically what just happened. Jerome Powell said it's sound money, and he just said, no, it's not, because we used to be on gold in Bretton Woods, and after Bretton Woods, you took us off gold, and ever since then, the whole world's currency is based on our currency. So how, and our currency doesn't hold its value because you've been printing it, so how can it be sound money? He had a pretty good argument. Let's see what Jerome Powell says.
I'm not sure I followed the last part, but
Oh my God, man, this is horrible. Like, come on, man. How is he not more educated than me? Like, I'm like, I would have had a better response than that. Like, come on. Like, this is crazy to me. This is weird.
Look, inflation is indisputably too high. We are using our tools to bring inflation back down.
Tools. He shouldn't be using tools. See? We are using our tools. The tools were, if you want to oh my God, man. What the tools were was when, oh my God. Oh, man. I'm not even going to get into it right now. But
and we will.
Tools are basically what the IMF and the big banks used to basically bring the price, the value of the currency up or down by changing the supply, by bringing in big loans or by letting out a lot of market loans, like cheaper loans. Now they don't have to do that with the supply. They just use the interest rate because like, oh, it's even easier. So it's just funny. I mean, the tools are manipulative. They're market manipulation, you know.
Will accomplish that task. Longer term, the U.S. dollar is easily the best currency, and it's because of what I just said. It's also because of the rule of law.
What he just said, because of what I just said. What did he just say? Remember before that, he said that it's a sound money, right? Yes, it's sound. That guy said it's sound money. He said, yes, it's sound money. He never really answered that question. He just said, yes, what I just said. These people are weird. Like, do they record themselves again and play this back and see that they never really actually had a substantial rebuttal? Like, he wouldn't win on around the blockchain. Like, he wouldn't get a point.
And the fact that we're the incumbent, and we as long as we observe the rule of law and keep the dollar relatively, keep inflation low and predictable, that will remain the reserve currency.
Yeah, okay, so
Wow.
thank you, Chairman.
Whoa. Yo, he just gave himself an out. Did you read between the lines there? Does anyone just pick up on that? You see what he just did? He said, if we can control inflation, then the U.S. will. He basically, kind of said that there's a chance we don't remain the world reserve currency. That was bullish for Bitcoin. Did anyone pick up on that? He basically admitted that, because he had to use the if there. Look at this. This is really, really weird.
Being defined by a stable store of value.
Hold on. This was weird what he said. Watch this.
So up by 5 drops from 2. They were trying.
Artificial intelligence.
This is very...
Price stability.
The gentleman's time has expired.
60% labor force participation, 62?
I mean, the members of the
And if you think, in light of Mr. Perlmutter's reference to
Hold on, we missed a section here when I was rambling, but... He basically said it's rule of law.
the best currency, and it's because of what I just said. It's also because of the rule of law.
The rule of law.
And the fact that
The rule of law. Interesting. You want to take that and find out where that whole word came from, like rule of law, like who started using that, where did those words come from? You'll get insight from that.
we're the incumbent, and we as long as we observe the rule of law and keep the dollar relatively
He's stumbling and mumbling right now because he's not sure if he says anything wrong, he'll be held to it again. He ends up saying the wrong thing right here, I'll tell you that. What he should have said is that he should have said outside forces around the world maintain, the dollar will stay where it's at, giving him an out so when something happens, it was an outside force. Instead, what he said was it was on him to do it, and as long as the rule of law look, he's like stuttering here.
keep inflation low and predictable, that will remain the reserve currency.
He said, and as long as we keep inflation low and predictable, which they can't, because if it was predictable, they wouldn't be at this meeting right now. Is that right? Put a point up right now. Put a 1 in the comment section. If it was predictable, they wouldn't be in this meeting right now, right? So now from that, you're like, all right,
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Chairman. And look, historically, there have been multiple reserve currencies, and generally, when something loses its status as reserve currency, it's not just because of other things that unfold, but it's because the value's debased. And we can come up with fancy words like modern monetary theory or quantitative easing or
This guy's hardcore, man.
you know, similar to quantitative easing, but not really the same. When the Federal Reserve's balance sheet's growing, in a way it represents the Fed as the lender of last resort. We're not constrained by the taxes we collect. We're not even constrained by the amount of money the world will lend us. We're constrained only by the will of Congress to not spend more. And what are you going to do? Not cover the spending, the prolific spending by Congress. So moving on, just talking about, you know, the Fed's role. Of course, stable prices is really one component. The other is full employment. And I wonder if you think, in light of Mr. Perlmutter's reference to Chart 2, if Chart 4, which is the labor force participation rate, trends the right way, and as you link to the next thing as a regulator, there's a lot of pressure for you to do ESG. What can the Fed do, and what does Congress need to do to strike those balances?
With relative to ESG?
And full employment.
Well, full employment, I think most members of the FOMC now think we are at labor market conditions that are consistent with maximum employment.
With 60% labor force participation, 62?
I mean, the maximum employment can never be higher than the level that's consistent with price stability.
The gentleman's time has
I think we're
expired.
at that level,
Thank you.
at least.
The gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Foster, who is
I
also the chair
think
of the
we're at
task
that
force
level at
on
least.
artificial
Wow, he's vague, huh?
intelligence, is now recognized.
I wouldn't want him to be my lawyer. I'll tell you that right now. This man is. I wouldn't want him running my company. He wouldn't be the CEO for my company. He'd be fired pretty fast.
For 5 minutes.
I don't like the way he answers any of these
Thank you,
questions.
Madam Chair.
He's not thorough
and I'd
enough.
like
He
to
shows weakness.
add to Representative Perlmutter's list of your triumphs.
His lack of weakness is his lack of knowledge. You know, that if he knew more about the situation, then he wouldn't have to stumble on his thoughts, and he'd be able to speak more clearly.
Record level of small business formation. And so I think that when you try to preserve the very strong economic recovery, I realize you have a dual mandate, but keep an eye on that one too. It's one of the most important successes we don't talk about enough. Do you remember the misery index?
I do.
Yeah, and so that when unemployment drops from 14% to 4%, so drop by about 10%, and then the inflation goes from 2% to 7%, so up by 5%. Does that mean the misery index is increased or decreased?
It would be decreased.
So thank you for that. Now you actually mentioned repeatedly that the inflation problem was largely one of goods. And not so much one of demand or, and also of labor shortage. And so can you make any rough estimate of what fraction of the inflation we're seeing was due to sort of those three effects?
So I should be clear. Inflation is also too high in the service sector. I wouldn't want to oversell that. But the real big change has been in goods, which had negative inflation or close to zero inflation for 25 years. I don't have off the top of my head the ability to just tell you what the contribution of that is, but it's big, and it's
Look, she's scrolling through Instagram right there. Look at this.
A lot of
She's just scrolling through
is-
Instagram.
is,
So funny.
energy,
Look at this. She
which
just
is, which is
she's
not
on
Obviously
TikTok
a
right now.
worldwide
This girl.
problem.
Yeah.
And
That's so
that
funny.
This is, if you could get back something a little more quantitative from your staff on that, I'd just be
Glad to
really
do that.
interested in knowing your estimate. Now, in terms of the labor shortage, you know, back in the days when we had a different Senate, they passed comprehensive immigration reform that was then, of course, blocked by Republicans. And many studies at the time indicated it would be a huge positive for our economy to pass comprehensive immigration reform. And that was at a time which didn't have an extraordinarily tight labor market. Is there anything you can think of that would invalidate those studies that showed that comprehensive immigration reform in both the low skill and the high skill sectors would be a huge plus if it was passed?
If I can answer that this way, if you look back at the trend, let's say 5 years ago in that range of immigration, legal immigration, people coming in, and look where we are now. We're now several million people, many of whom would be in the workforce short of that. So lower immigration is definitely part of the story of the labor shortage. But that's what I would say.
And so is there anything quantitative you can say about the time scale for unwinding the balance sheet? You know, do you think of this in terms of a fixed time scale that we want to go back to normal in the next 2 years, 3 years, or do you
Oh,
say
come
we
on.
wanna take it down?
What a great question.
1%,
They can't ever go back.
you know,
They
1%
printed
a
too much
month,
money.
Or do you anticipate some sort of feedback loop while we look at the, you know?
This is why we buy
paper tantrums or
Bitcoin,
the
man. We
equivalent
already
of
figured out these
adjusted
guys are lying to us
as
a
you
long
go.
time ago. Like,
So the way we did it last time is we set a cap on the amount that will run off, and anything above that gets reinvested for both MBS, mortgage-backed securities, and for treasuries. We haven't had that discussion at the committee. We will have it in 2 weeks. But I guess it takes, it turns out that the level of the cap doesn't really matter that much for how long it takes. Something in the range of 3 years to get back to where you're trying to get to. And the way we define that, what is the end? We look at the size of the economy, the size of the banking system, and we ask, what's the level of reserves that we'll need at that point? And so we set a a course for that place, and then as we start to get close to it, we might slow down a little
he has
bit.
no idea. I love this. Like, he has such good ambiguous answers. Like, never, because you weren't going to get an answer out of that. Like, because the answer was never.
An
Like,
airplane, and that's the way it will work. So, but I think something in the range of 3 years to get back to what the balance sheet needs to be, which is basically reflective of the public's demand for our liabilities plus a buffer, and what we call ample reserves.
Yeah. Do you have an estimate for how many hours of your life have been spent attempting to explain the difference between quantitative easing and monetizing the debt to members of Congress?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Now, one of the most valuable functions of the Fed is to provide the emergency assistance to the financial systems of the free world. And you mentioned that you stood ready. Are there specific things you're worried about in Eastern Europe where the economies are more tightly tied to Russia, where you may really have to step in and get involved? Any specific worries?
You know, what we're watching is sort of the global markets and the dollar funding market, and we're seeing markets that are functioning, and of course we have tools and we have things in place to deal with stresses should they emerge. That's really what we're doing, and as I mentioned, markets are functioning, so we haven't had to deploy any of those tools.
Thank you, and my time's up. I yield back.
Thank you. The gentleman from Missouri, Mr. Lukemeyer, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and welcome, Chairman Powell. Good to see you again. We're in the middle right here of a really disastrous situation with Ukraine, and part of the approach to corralling the Russian advance there is on the financial side. And it would appear to me that we probably didn't do this as quickly as we should have. Didn't look to me like we had a plan. If we really wanted to get involved financially, we should have been sitting here saying when they move the 1st battalion or regiment or whatever amount of troops you want to talk about on the border, we should have said something, well, okay, if you move another one there, we're going to start doing things to you. And we didn't do that until they started to invade, and now all of a sudden we're playing catch up. So that begs the question, we know that China is watching all of these actions very, very carefully. They're looking at
because they want to go into Taiwan.
Does, how we react, what we do, how the rest of the world reacts, what they do. So to me, we need to be sitting here as a country, as the Fed, as congressional individuals saying, we need to be ready for the Chinese when they invade Taiwan, because I see no reason why they will not do that shortly. So if we don't prepare for that, shame on us. So my question to you is, are you beginning to think about what kind of actions you would take, or support, or suggest to the administration?
To me now it's getting a little political. So we'll keep that watching. I'll get back to that in a little while, but I think it was good that we got a sense of that. You can see why the market's going a bit sideways right now. People are probably watching that. They want to see what Powell says. If he shifts one way or the other or says something certain ways, we could see a bit of a move. Now, you can see this is still forming a beautiful pennant. I mean, continuing to the upside. Measured move is now raised a little bit here to about 45,130 for Bitcoin. I'm on the 1 minute just because that's the time frame that I've really needed to watch this. The 1 hour, look, it's a mess right now. A lot of up and down behavior, just kind of like, we could clean up the 1 hour like this and say, it's still in this pennant. It's just still in the pennant now. It actually just broke out. technically, of the pennant. See this? Okay, yeah. To me, it just broke out right there. So it was in a bull pennant on the 1 hour too, which has an even bigger measured move, which is the length of this pole. That puts you at 45,786. So that's what I'm still looking at. I mean, we're bearish cross, bullish. Look at this. The 1 hour just got a bearish cross. We shall see. Heavy volatile today. Heavy volatile. Trading has been insane. And again, that's why I've been sitting on that 1 minute and just watching it closely, right? Yeah. I'm in one trade. You know, I DCA'd into Bitcoin down at 35K, 33K, right? We've been buying Bitcoin a lot lately, and I'm still holding all my positions right now. I haven't opened up a lot of big positions yet. Coins that I'm looking at are Hero, Everdome, a lot of different coins that I am looking at. Every man according, let me see what this man is saying here. But yeah, I just moved on from watching that because it's starting to get boring. And, you know, he's asking him if he's going to get ready for China and all that. And that's like another story. I just wanted to see what he's talking about, the monetary system. So he believes we're in sound money. He doesn't know what gold in Bitcoin is. Like, he doesn't, he may not even own Bitcoin, you know, and who knows? Like, maybe he's not even allowed to anymore. Who knows? But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't seem to have the best people in place when we need them lately, on almost all aspects of life, you know. 12 o'clock, I'll go through a few more coins, and then I'm going to jump out of here for the day. But, yeah, time flew. Really was amazing how many... We spent a lot of time talking about other people and not about ourselves and not about our money and our coins. And today was a good day for the channel. Today made me feel good. Today was a really good feeling for all of us. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is Clown Pimp Talk, right? At the start, he said 25 points in the raise for sure. Really brought up some CBDC consideration. That's a little scary. Okay. Gracie, I appreciate you saying that. Luna, MOVR, AMP, Gemini chart. Seems like it has legs. MOVR. Let's take a look at MOVR on the move. And wow, man, I just started adding more and more monitors, and then it just boom. Let's take a look at MOVR. I believe it's on Binance, which you could trade it, and it's also on KuCoin as well. Moon River, baby, Moon River. All right. Now, I was looking at this forming a bit of a flag here, no? I mean, it wants to pump. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute, sorry. I don't like being on the 1 minute. Not a good look. First thing I do when I look at a coin, really, right off the bat, is I want to see what's happening. I kind of want to see the storyline. I want to feel out what happened. I want to see where we're at. We got extremely strong divergence on the daily time frame. You have swing down to swing down here, and you have a strong swing to the upside. You also hit a very extreme low on the RSI, which you hadn't hit, like, ever, really, since this coin really came out on the exchange. That represents a push to the upside. Can we get it? I'd love to see. You know, it did get a move from about $59 to $75. That's not too shabby, right? So it's up pretty nicely, you know, 13.33% right now. There's the 333 on the low, right? It broke out of this falling wedge, okay, which was nice. That's a measured move to at least resistance at 109, 108, which is about a 25% gain back to resistance. Somewhat of a double bottom if it holds. We could call this resistance right here, which it definitely needs to get above at 88. Get to 88, I see it getting to 110, then maybe coming back to bounce off 88, 86 area one more time. Interesting. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. What do we see here? Got a bit of a pump recently in the last few hours, but, you know, it's stalling out and it's very overbought now on the 1 hour. Curving up, though, could get some legs. Look at the 15 for some consolidation. I guess, so you had this here. You could almost say you're still in a rising wedge. To me, I feel like you broke out of this, though. You know? And a move to the upside possible there. MOVR all the way to about 82. you know, on a little bit of a move. On the 10-minute chart, you know, I'm on like some smaller time frames here, 15-minute. Again, everything watching Bitcoin and the indecisiveness, this meeting happening today, overbought on the 1 hour, getting overbought on the 4 hour. You could see still get a move, but look, you got your shoulder, head, and shoulder. You hit basically your measured move. 9 out of 10 times, you will come back and retest this neckline of the inverted head and shoulder. I've seen that many times in my life. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. You're also far away from the 21-day moving average on the 4 hour, and with my trading style, you have to come back. So what I do now is I project a flag here with an alert on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, and when that comes back down, that's when I go for it and take a look at it again and reassess the situation. Shout out to the Shy Typer for another $99. Unbelievable. $50 came in again. Every man according to his purpose in his heart. Every man according to as he purposed in his heart. So let him give, not grudgingly, of or of necessity. For God loveth a cheerful giver. Much is received, much is given, much is expected. I mean, wow, that's pretty deep. There's so many. This isn't crazy. The Shy guys, we hit $1,500 in super chats today. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you right now, I usually make $3,000 a month in super chats. You guys hit what I make in a month in a day, half of what I make in a month in a day. Unbelievable. 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 Can you check L poop? No. You just wrote the word poop now? Come on, man. No. Who FOMO'd into Atom? Just saw a spike in volume. MOVR and Dusk are my favorite for this year. Really? Gemini chart has most likely history for AMP, I believe, not Coinbase. Let's take a look at AMP on Gemini, says my man. He wants the Gemini chart. Don't play him. He wants it, and he wants it all. So, again, I mean, a lot of coins are doing this. They didn't hit their highs. They didn't break their resistance points. You know, inverted head and shoulder for sure. Coming back down on the 4 hour, not too bad. Just make sure it makes a higher low here. Here's my Ray. You know, we don't want to break this line. Okay? That's going to be a big deal. I'm here. I had to step away. Hate it when that happens. It's okay. We'll only dock you one Satoshi. You know. But next time we'll dock you two. So be careful. Don't play games next time, all right? Rodney? Rodney, can we see the socks? Send the picture of the sock. Send the socks, man. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Rodney's going to send the picture of his socks in. We're going to see what he's working with today. We're going to see what he's working with. Now, I put on 10 pounds in the last 3 weeks. Does anyone notice that? I was at 175. I'm now 185, which is very high for me. 185, 200 is the highest I ever was in my life, 205 pounds. And I had to work to get there. I had to like purposely eat tons of food. I have a very fast metabolism. AMP could pump on the 1 hour. I like what we're seeing. Could get a little bit of a move here for AMP. All right. It's getting tight. Again, all depends on Bitcoin. But AMP on Coinbase and Gemini, right? It's AMPs on Coinbase and Gemini. Chart should look somewhat the same, you know. Near is getting near to a pump. Is near getting near? Is near getting near to pumping? Is near getting near again? Yeah, I mean, near is flagging out here hardcore on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at it on the bigger time frame so I can see what's going on. So, I mean, I have this up, down, and we could actually, let's bring this down a little bit. But to me, I mean, it's still in the crazy, you know, we call the bullish megaphone, right? So bullish megaphone, bit of a slanted cup and handle because what you have here is this is your cup, but it's sideways. But I'm telling you, man, I've backtested these crazy theories. Sideways cup and handle. It breaks out. So the daily's looking good. It has momentum. We are getting high on the daily, but we have momentum. Take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is pointing down, but we are bouncing off support. 21 wants to cross the 200. That would be a good sign. And we're forming a flag here for near. So you play the flag the way the flag should be played, and that's all you can do. There's really nothing else you can do, you know? So there's near protocol. Measured move is to 13 from 1122. Right? What would that be? Like about a 180 on 11. 2 for that would be 20. We're talking a little under. Talking about what? 16.8%. I was off. 17.8. I was off by 1%. Sorry. My brain should be better than that in a half a second. Anyway, there's our measured move here is up to 1322 for Near Protocol. This thing could get busy too. The 1 hour looks good on a lot of coins, all right? But I would just swing trade them. I wouldn't be holding, and do your research. Find the coins you like. Near Protocol has an amazing, amazing base. They've been moving strong, and they're going to do big things. I do like Near Protocol. They're on my radar, and I do like them. Near Protocol, kid. Near Protocol, dude. So Near could break out. I'd watch Near closely. I'd keep Near to your heart. Sorry, that's so corny. It's the worst. Near to your dear heart. I'd keep near to your dear heart. Funny, we started the day with such a pump. Anchor and Mira. Those are the two coins I've been watching closely because Luna's been pumping, and Anchor's going to pump with it's just going to, and look at, there it is. We called the pump for Anchor. Nailed it. Hello. 13% gains on the way to the measured move. We're not done yet. Anchor moving. This was, I can't say it was an easy call, but it was one of the easier calls of my life because it was like, oh, Anchor's hot. When the whole market dumped, Anchor was hot. Anchor booming. Anchor for the win, baby. And almost every single day we're posting wins. Every single day posting wins. AP13 yesterday hit. GMB, which nobody really keeps talking about. Or yeah, GMB here. My gambit call pumped hard. Did nice. Let's see what it's doing here. Came out of this. This one didn't, right? But the last time we called it was right here. It pumped beautifully, right? We had this channel here. And it pumped very nicely right out of that. Boom. Now it's kind of recombined. Let's see what we're seeing here. It's kind of got the Bitcoin spike up and down. To me, it's just backing this flag. See, what I got good at this year that I wasn't good at all the other years was finding the and this took me a long time because first I had to know my patterns and see them all over and over again. That fell out of the pattern. That's a straight line out. I don't want to include that. But that's what we were wanting to get, but we didn't get it, Let's take a look at Glitch. Glitch has been on my radar too as well. All right. Glitch, man. If Glitch can hold 44, we could see a nice pump here, and it is trying to hold very nicely. 44.39. I'd watch Glitch. I would watch Glitch closely. I spent a good amount of time on it in my analysis the other day in depth, and I liked what I saw. So, high probability this can get a pump, like I was saying. Bit of a cup and handle here too as well. Sammy cup and hand, he strikes again. But we got a cup and handle here for Glitch. And this thing could go up 22% gains. Eventually we're going to start getting 100, 200. Trust me, we're going to start smashing this market. I'm hesitant. I want to make sure it's correct before we go all in. All right? I'm not just going to start going all in yet. Like, it's not... if you're in my trading group, you still have not seen anything yet. Like, the trading group is not at the... Meaning, like, when charts are pumping, it's crazy. There's opportunity everywhere. Money is flying through, like you read about. And there's the socks, pizza socks for my man. Look at those cash, man. Like a good little pilgrim boy. He's so funny, man. Do you have a Shark Week set? Funny. Oh, my God. Waves, please. Shout out to Jordan M. Let's take a look at Waves. Waves has been pumping hard. Hard. Let's take a look at our baby Waves. Waves is one of my favorite coins. I got into Waves at the very beginning, around 4 to 5 beans. I've been holding Waves ever since. Sold half when we hit 18 the first time. And I've been holding the other half ever since. Waves looking kind of bullish here. Because what Waves is doing, it's in the rising wedge, right? Rising wedges break up 68% of the time, and 32% of the time. 68% of the time they break down. Shoulder head and a shoulder too, which got negated by this uptrend. Because that should have been a shoulder head and a shoulder. It is a bearish, we should Bart Simpson back down, technically. Like 68% chance. But low stochastics on the 1 hour, 4 hour curving back down while we're going up. That's a very bullish sign. Wave showing big moves, wants to get to 25. I'll tell you what, the last time the market pumped, before we had a huge alt season, when the market was just kind of somewhat sideways, Waves was the first one to start moving hard. It really was. Where did Waves get? Where was Waves' high? Wow, it would get all the way to 42. I can't believe that. But if you got into Waves here when we started, right? When we started the rally, I started buying all my coins in October and November of 2020. This is where I made all my purchases. And this is where Waves is like $1, $2, $4 or $5. I made up a little bit, $5. I got in a little late November when I really piled in. That's really where it was. And ever since then, like if you bought down in there like I did, all my positions, no matter all the things that we did, up or down, I've been up ever since. Like, it's been crazy watching my account go up and down. I'll tell you that. Like, it hasn't been easy. We are overbought on Waves, though. Remember, and we're far away from the 21. A pullback's coming. A pullback is coming, even if we get this push up to 25. I'm just... Sometimes I bow out when the daily gets that low. Like, it's okay if I miss the pumps. I bow out for a couple days, let the market reset, or I start to short the market. You know what I'm saying? I look for shorts, okay, and start setting up my shorts on the daily time frame. But Waves could bump up to 25. You know, that is the measured move, but just be careful. Just be careful. It's got to hold this trend line. And remember, there is a 68% chance it breaks to the downside here. I got both these up. However, the stochastics on the 1 hour tell you should get a bit of a pump. But remember, Bitcoin is kind of hovering at the 44,300 level. It's just been going back and forth all day long. It's a Wednesday midweek, so we shall see. All right, there's my Waves idea. Bigger time frame for Waves, the weekly tell you that you're getting a big push up. Look at the weekly on Waves. So if you use the bigger time frame, it says you're going up, probably past the all-time high into some other crazy areas. So we shall see. But the weekly on Waves is looking really nice. Bigger time frames for bigger time gains. You know, 44,300 holding. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart that we had going. That's really the only thing that's giving us what we need, right? Where's my auto button? It's gone. Oh, I put this over top of it. I'm like, wait. Wow, we're still back in the channel clean. Can't say we're not. We're back in the channel clean on the 1 minute. We're doing our thing. This thing could break out at any time. Let's go back to BOOKMAP. They've been helping us out find that liquidity. Where they want to take us, okay, they want to bring us up to 45,001. Look, they do. They just stack the orders up there for the sell. So they're going to take us to 44.6 first. I think that's where the first place we're going to go. They're either going to dip to 44.1 to snatch that liquidity, then we're going to climb up here and keep moving. That's basically it, all right? So it's telling us look for 45K, 93 Bitcoins trying to get sold up there. Look for a $45K Bitcoin. VR was super chatted from Love Learning. Let's take a look at VR. Victoria VR had that double bottom. Did it hold? That's the question. Wow, it didn't. That's so sad. It dumped even further below 16. You know, someone fudded this the other day really hard on a channel saying that there was a chance that it was a rug pull, actually. It's got heavy divergence right now. I'd be careful because I can't verify whatever the man said. He said he copied a lot of the website. It was a little shady. Someone posted it on our group. So there's a chance this is a sick coin, meaning it's a coin that you don't want to be a part of. I heard it had to deal with Dell, which I thought was a big deal, but maybe they even got duped by Dell. Who knows? You know, you can't go by everything just by, you know. So we're watching this closely. This could have been some FUD that happened to it. Sometimes FUD is great, but this thing just keeps making lower lows, and there's nowhere of knowing. It looks like it could continue down. Okay. Sad for VR, man. It looked like a promising project that could come out and do damage. You know, watch for VR to break this trend line. It needs to break above. It could still break this trend line, but it broke the support that it had. Strong. Yeah, we got bullish divergence here. Swing down and swing down. And look, it swings up if we skip the middle section there. Still bullish divergence that should play up to the upside, but we shall see. We shall see. Awfully diluted market. Yeah, it's a sick coin. I think we're done with it. I don't think we're going to talk about it anymore. It's over. It might come back, but there's other projects that are stronger and better. Block finally getting some love. And as it breaks down on the stochastics, it's moving up. That's bullish divergence. That actually is good sign on the 4 hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a pump here out of this little flag out of block. It pumped out of this. Now it made a consolidated flag. This is what you want to see here for Blocktopia. Measured move would just be a small little move, but that would also continue the bigger idea here. Raise swing. We're looking here at about, what, 0.247 or about 0.236 possible, okay? for Blocktopia. So I'm bullish on Blocktopia too as well for a bit of a move here. 17% gains. This thing's been in the dumps. If it pumps, it'll pump pretty nicely. Bye, Felicia. Moonbeam. Moonbeam's pumping right now. He's just trying to let us know, I think. Sandbox looking pretty nice too. Let's take a look at Sandbox in a quick second. Please, peeps, don't spam and send in super chats. Be courteous. Much respect to you and yours. Look at all these super chats, man. This is amazing. Look, $1.99. Dude, we had $1,500 in super chats. We're going to be able to give these people an amazing gift. I mean, that's 26 plus a 15. Damn, man. Like, so 36 plus the 5, that's $4,100. $4,000 now that I'm kind of locked into giving. So I'll get it back. I'll get it all back. But I am scared. I'm like, damn, giving away $4,000. I never gave away $4,000, I don't think. Like, I think it would be the most I've ever given away in my life. Trying to, in one long chunk, for sure, you know. But I'm publicly stating that I got to do it, or I'm either a nice guy or a scumbag. So, you know, you pick your poisons there, right? And I know who I want to be. Let's take a look at KAVAUSDT here. KAVAUSDT forming a flag too. This thing wants to pump. However, the 1 hour is creeping up and we didn't get a lot of love. You can see it's getting rejected by this resistance point, having a bit of an issue getting over the hump for Kava for whatever reasons. Okay. Interesting, but that is a bullish rectangle that does want to push to the upside. 4 hour really will determine what's going to happen here. Let's take a look at it. Pushing down, and we got rejected by this point here. Probably have to come back down and maybe make a bit of something like this. Looks like we're going to flag out like in this way. Come interact with the 21-day moving average before we can make a move to the upside. I would project with an alert here. Maybe, it's the 4 hour has been showing signs that it could flip or stay high. It's been interesting. I have to give it. It's been very interesting. The Dow still holding 581 points. Dude, what's great about the Dow, it got back into this channel, gapped through, and then broke out, just as suggested. And now it's right at resistance, just as I talked about at 33,900. And it's getting over the bottom of the 1 hour time frame. Last night, boom. So when you see the Dow low in the stochastics low, highly likely you're getting a push up. I'm telling you, man, I predict world markets with just the stochastics RSI all the time. Simple man with a simple plan, right? And that's how it pans out. Okay. Bitcoin back at 44,200 now, just kind of playing this game. And that's why I got to watch it on the 1 hour. The 1 minute, I mean, it will break this first before anything else. But so far, it is respecting this trend line. Say we almost kind of fell out of it. So far, respecting the trend line here on the 1 minute time frame. And I don't want you trading the 1 minute. Just showing you that when the market's volatile, we're just using it to track price action. And we are above the bigger pennant still after the retest. Holding support at above $44,000 for Bitcoin. Crazy day of trading. Crazy day of trading. Like, it's been an insane week of trading, honestly. Yeah, Suki just got a crazy 4 hour breakout. Suku. Oh, amazing. IMX Luna Alice. Giving is addictive. You will be surprised. You will want to do it again. Angelina Hope. One last look at Keep, please. Let's take a look at Keep. Oh, yeah, my man. That's what he was looking at. Sorry, man. Thank you for reminding me. Apologize. So Keep has done a huge move from 50 cents to about a bean. It's gone up 100% from its bottom. Wow, KuCoin has really no liquidity. I'm going to look at it on a different exchange. Yeah. Look at it on Coinbase here. Whoa, what just happened? Did you guys see that? Oh, I'm watching the 1 minute time frame. I'm like, wow, 1 minute is vicious, huh? Hold up. Hold up. So, let's see what happened to Keep. Now, I talk about this a lot. You form the ascending triangle, which breaks out and retests the top trend line. Retest, right? You can try to enter it in here too, and now you're in the rising wedge that needs to break out parabolically. You get it? You can see how one turns into another. It's a transitional move. Okay? Then you bring your measured move, and that's kind of where you should be going. You whipped very close to it. All right? But you got rejected hard at a bean. Makes sense. I mean, that's a psychological. People wake, oh, I'm at $1. I should sell that $1. Everyone else is going to sell the $1. So they sell the $1. But what's cool is you came back and retested this area. Let's look at a bigger time frame. Have we ever been here before? On Keep's 3-day, it's at an all-time high now, which is pretty interesting for Keep because that's kind of cool. We haven't seen coins hit all-time highs in a long time. It did. Now, I think it might have been on Coinbase before this. I don't want to speak too soon, but maybe it didn't. But that was heavy resistance for it here on the 3-day chart, and it broke above it nicely. It's a good deal. Keeps above 86 cents. As long as Keep stays above 86 cents, it's on a new uptrend that could just continue to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing for Keep. 3-day and daily are very high overbought. It had a very, very nice move. All right. 4-hour, however, is showing signs of a retest off of this channel and bouncing up, which is actually pretty nice. And you can see the bearish divergence that did play out already. Take a look at the 1 hour, and we did bounce again, and this is suggesting that it's going to maybe bounce even more. Like, this is a falling wedge, and we're bouncing now as we speak. Come back up to resistance at 105 one more time out of this falling wedge. Hard to see, and we're going to go into smaller time frames because that's, now you can kind of add this to the channel, see what's going on. You can see we formed a bit of a bowl. Then look what you can see, too. This is nuts, but this is what I'm showing you. And this is why you have to zoom in to see what's going down. Look, you got your left shoulder, you got your head, and you got your right shoulder. We would bust through this neckline and break to the upside, right? Measured move would be the neckline to the head. Even take the wick. Don't forget your wicks. Make sure they're always included. Wow. We wicked past that, but we're kind of at the measured move. Inverted head and shoulder just broke to the upside on Keep. See how that happens? Not easy to see at first, so most people probably wouldn't notice it. And what I noticed too, it's also a bit of an ascending triangle, slanted ascending. That also had the measured move to the upside. Interesting, right? Almost a bull pennant now. Bitcoin's in a similar thing. Will Bitcoin fall through and break out after the ridiculous price action it was in? Again, 1 hour for Keep says you're going to pump up a little more out of this. This is crazy. Normally it doesn't look like this, but actually I got something for you. Watch this. Watch this. We broke out of the pattern again. So we broke into the pattern. So this is why pattern trading can help, because you'll be able to tell the story. So we broke out of the pattern, hit the bottom trend line, did not want to break that trend. That trend line held. So you had orders on this trend line. People were respecting it. Okay. And now I play this measured move. So now I found it. Look, it took me a while to figure this out. I didn't see it at first. I had to play till I kind of got what's happening. So now we got the measured move. And what I do is I just negate this behavior. Whenever I see this craziness, I just negate it. I act like we're back in the zone again. Keep wanting to pump yet again. Measured move for Keep here is 119, 115. I wouldn't be surprised if Keep continued to pump. I'm telling you right now. I'd get in on the 15-minute, though. 15 minutes a little high. I put an alert down here. When that alert hits, I'll set an alert. When that hits, I'll put it out for the trading group. We'll talk about it, and we'll put out, we'll basically just reassess what it looks like, and we'll post an example set up for educational purposes only. All right? But I do see Keep getting up here to 119. I do have an alert on the 15-minute, though. It's on ice right now. All right? But I could see Keep getting more legs. This is the Coinbase pair. Okay. KEEPUSD on Coinbase. I set an alert on the 15-minute, right? Waiting for that to come down. Waiting for it to hit to re-enter the trade. I even say reassess the trade because I still don't enter any trade until the moment I enter it. I'm always like, you know, I set it up. They're all projected until I finally jump in. Wow. This is amazing. Dow Jones now up 615 points. Hey, can't hurt. Keep pumping that Dow, baby. Now, today, the Dow's up while Bitcoin's down. I love it. I want them to decouple. I want them to slowly wiggle themselves away from each other until they're not the same anymore. You know? Kind of include that and that. Yeah, you could. I like to I like to exclude that. My mind wanted to kind of put them in. Look, I'll go to another chart here and I'll show you some other ideas just to play with it. There's just so much I could teach you at any given moment, right? But look, so you could also do this. Now you got this going. It's got the feels of a descending triangle almost, you know, with the flat top and it's got the feels. But again, that could bring Bitcoin back up to 46K, you know, and we were respecting the time frames here. So there you have it, right? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'm jumping out for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. 194 people. We have fallen off at 12:32 people leave the stream. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you are already doing the right thing. 1, 2, 3. Crypto is life. I love you all. Thank you so much for the donations. That was unbelievably heartfelt. Remember, I'm gonna stop after today. So don't. I believe I want to be very consistent about this too. So like at one point, because we're at like $4,000. All right, we're at like $4,000. So that's a good chunk of change. So I did say go to the rest of the week. It is Wednesday. I'll ask my wife what I did. If I said something, she'll tell me what I have to do because I might have to just go to Friday. But amazing. Thank you so much for the love. Unbelievable that we gave $1,500 to the people of Afghanistan. That's going to feed someone. Or, you know, you can see he sold his daughter for $2,000. Hopefully someone won't sell their child. Like, I want to make sure this gets to someone that's like on the brisk of needing something and someone we're thinking about them. And if every one of us thinks of someone somehow, some way, God has a way of taking care of us all. I don't know how he does it or the being does it, you know, the feeling of it all. And look, there's the 333 playbacks, 333. Almost got another 3 there. Unbelievable. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow on the next live stream. Be safe. Appreciate you. Crypto is love.